Welcome to the Friendly Aussie Podcast.
Welcome to the Friendly Aussie Podcast, and we are here with just myself this year for the very first podcast. Mitch has moved on to other things. We'd like to thank him for his time at Friendly Aussie Buds. We're moving forward with maybe a new direction, and I've got a very special guest, someone that I've known for a couple years, and here he is. He is the one, the only Irish.
It's your boy Irish, aka Medicated TV. I hope I'm blowing out that microphone speakers and making it all reverberated. The boy, the man, the myth, the legend, the first legal flower patient from Western Sydney, Penrith, down under where we hit him like thunder. You know me, it's your boy fucking Irish. I'm hard at it, medicated and dedicated. I'm fucking a pleasure to be here with the motherfucking OG Friendly Aussie Buds. Joseph, you're a legend, man. Thank you.
Thank you. I got to ask, first question, just quickly.
Shoot.
Did you watch much wrestling as a kid? I'm curious.
I wouldn't even know who the Undertaker is, who the Ultimate Warrior is, or who
you wouldn't know? You wouldn't know who they
Godfather.
are?
I would never have seen the whole train.
Someone that announces themselves that well had to have watched a lot of wrestling growing up.
I feel like I could do it. I legitimately feel like I should be an Aussie Bruce Buffer somewhere on some MMA event. Just give me the mic and give me a shot. I think I could do it.
I might know a crew.
Just give me a shot. You know, I always turn up a party. In worst case scenario, I'll just smoke everyone out.
That's all right. So we've been chatting here for a little bit before we started the podcast. Irish is someone who I haven't seen someone who smokes nearly as much weed as this man. This man goes through 6 grams a session. I mean, we're not kidding here. He'll just keep going.
Fucking oath.
How do you like the fuck PGR bong?
Oh, okay. Shout out, fuck PGR. Fuck PGR and fuck all you dopes fucking growing with it. You just need to wake up yourselves. That is the smoothest rip. I'm not, everyone knows me, I'm honest, I don't fucking lie about this shit. I'm not usually a big fan of big open mouth bongs. That is so clean. It fits over the lips. You don't get that resin, you know, because sometimes there's the funny shape.
Yeah.
You didn't get it then. It was actually a really clean rip.
It is a very clean bong though. Like I did just clean it today just for you.
It's not the cleanness, it's the actual pull too.
It is a nice piece. It's a 40 centimeter beaker. Like it just rips.
For 40 centimeters, it feels like a 30 centimeter like ripper. So it's cracker, bro, for real.
No, I love it.
Thank you.
But we decided to go live when we realized we were having a bit of an interesting conversation of the direction of fab.
Fuck yeah.
And not to make it about myself, but Irish is wanting to make it about myself.
I absolutely want to make it about yourself,
so
bro.
Irish is asking me, what's my real vision for fab, and what do I envision for what I'd like to do with this cannabis brand? So, firstly,
not drink kombucha. How about that?
My big dream is obviously we have a legalized world, and I want to have a cannabis club. I have the name already in mind. I've got it sorted.
Are we getting an exclusive drop right now or no?
Nah, I won't release that.
What a holdout.
I won't release that.
I mean,
But
that's good.
it's a place you're going to want to go. So we want to have it as a board game lounge.
Is it called Rub and Tug? Because that's where everyone wants to go.
Nah. We're not releasing that one.
All right, coming in 2023, Irish is opening
It's a board game club where we go to play games.
Yep.
There's maybe a bit of pool, bit of ping pong if we've got the space.
Sign me up.
We have a cafe. The cafe, the menu, it's got 2. It's got the clean menu and the dirty menu,
Ooh.
right? So we're going to have vegan salad, nice wraps, just good whole foods.
Okay.
And then we're going to have the fried menu,
Oh.
right? But it's all going to be tapas style. So you'd grab a little bit of clean, a little bit of dirty, and you just mix it up, right?
Filthy moistness. You're making me moist.
So we want to cater to everyone. And then we want to move on to, there's of course a smoke shop, and we're stocking everything that's, the community wants. More community-driven products rather than, the big brands.
Yep.
Things people are creating, a bit more startup.
Yes.
Of course, a few bigger brands. But, we'll stock all the Aussie stuff, always focused on the Australian kind of product range. We want to support Aussies that way. And then the big dream would also be, we have a bit of a stage.
Yep.
I'd love to put on little gigs.
Yep.
I'm a big punk fan, but I'd love to play some jazz.
What did you say? You're a big what fan?
I'm a big punk fan.
Punk fan.
Punk fan. Give me punk rock. That's what I love.
Is that like the Ramones?
Oh, I mean, like, sure, like, that's old punk.
Yeah. Oh, you want to call me old fucking? Yeah, right. Go on.
But, like, the Ramones are fine. Like, they're the founders of pop punk, bro.
Okay,
Like,
well, I'm a dope rapper from Western Sydney. No, I'm just kidding.
Nah.
I don't know much punk.
no, that's fair enough. I love punk. It's, like,
You been to many concerts?
oh, mate, I used to, before COVID, go to 40 a year.
Okay, so that's bro. Now this is what we're talking about. Now, if you set up a place like that, keep going.
Anyhow.
I do want to see a punk. See, I would come and see a punk band there if I was baked.
It might not be a punk show. It might be more for, like, acoustic, smaller setting. But
Whatever.
the lounge, we want to have fancy old fuck couches and whatnot. So it would be Winchester sort of stuff, you know, like the push pin brown couches.
Yes.
Really posh shit.
Yep.
So I want it to look like a cigar club sort of feel, but we're there where we're using vapes. I don't want bongs and joints in this place. I wanted a vape, really like terpy smells everywhere.
Yeah. So you want your Dyna vapes and your what's that one called? Sorry,
Volcanoes.
What's this one called? In
Oh,
Focus?
the Chroma. Oh, the
your favorite one.
the Strato.
Okay, so the Strato. Shout out Strato. That is a fucking
The Strato
hectic
is
piece.
so good, bro.
From a guy who can't vape because I usually wheeze like asthma. That is hectic.
It
Go on.
fucking goes, bro.
Yeah, bro. I would love that. If I walked into a room with all those terps,
But
keep singing my tunes.
Imagine having like volcano setups and everyone's just playing fucking games with their mates.
Yep.
Right? It's a club. Kind of, you know, just very polite environment.
Have you got to be a
Then-
legal patient?
Well, this is more when it is a legal system.
Yep.
Maybe sooner if we ever get the chance, if we have that opportunity, absolutely. But then I'd also love to have a glass booth downstairs that has the podcast.
Yeah.
And it's soundproofed and everyone can watch in and you can watch the podcast live. But that's where, you know, people could come in, have their podcast and we can hire that out. But also, you know, that's where we would host it and you could just watch it live. But then upstairs, this is where the magic actually is. This is actually the headquarters of Fab. And this would be where we're running a publication and we're helping push brands and do a lot of things where we're, you know, sorting out content for like the Australian community.
So you're like a radio, cannabis radio, TV network,
publisher,
marketing.
High Times. But the
High
thing is,
Times.
it's like a High Times, but that has like a venue underneath it. So the employees can go have a good time during lunch and their break, and it feels like kind of like my own Google.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a Google.
I want like the stoner Google.
Right.
Right. So that's kind of the envisioning, and it's just supporting community-driven shit. But it's also just a space where, you know, we can create a lot of cool stuff, and you know, I really like.
All right. Well, you can't make it cool. You can't call it the Gulag.
It's
right?
not. I've got the name. I'll tell you the name afterwards. Actually, no. I'll tell you what it is, but we'll edit this.
No, don't tell me.
No, I'll tell you.
No, I actually want to know as a surprise. Keep it a surprise.
Oh man, this is gonna be like so far away. I got to tell you.
All right.
I'll tell you, but I'm bleeping it out. Yeah,
All right, so
we
don't
came-
say the name anymore. Okay, that's a hectic fucking name. And yes, I definitely want to go. Obviously, that's the most obvious place to go.
Yeah.
That's like, okay, no bullshit. I hope he doesn't edit it out and he just fucking fucks up and leaves it in there, because then you're going to see how good of a name it is. But he's onto something very good, because it makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
That makes perfect sense. And the only other question I have is did someone give you my fucking business playbook or what? Because I'm doing a very similar thing down. I'm starting up in Penrith, but not when we you know, the cannabis industry, we can all work.
The Plug Boys or
No. I'm going. I've told the Plug Boys what I'm doing. I've told a few people I'm doing some work with Dante from Grandma's Boy.
Okay.
Remember him?
Yeah.
So Chipmunk in the basement.
Yeah.
So Dante, like he literally he calls my kids call him Uncle Dante. Right? We're fucking close as. Like Snapchat, we just Snapchat. Like we're fucking crazy, right? Me and Dante are planning Dante's basement. I'm happy to say a few names, and it's a similar concept to yours, but I'm going. Yeah, I can't say much either, but put it like this: it's going to have Dante's basement in it. Mate, hopefully we can get a monkey license. So
I think that'd be a bit cruel, though. I don't know.
no, not to keep there all the time.
Oh, just to have
Like,
like
we might have it
maybe for the intro.
maybe for the intro, and then get rid of
right,
it
yeah,
for the opening day. If Dante's down there with a
Monkey, that's pretty cool.
game over. Everyone's getting a photo.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I love that. That's a keep going with where you're going. So you've got
that's
upstairs. You've got
the offices, and that's where we support businesses to help get their brand out. You know, like we want to be able to publish them out, talk about what makes them great, support them in that, and then get them out to the masses and community. And that's where we're, you know, organizing articles, videos, content. Like, what are we recording? You know, it's a bit of a studio.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's where I want to hire some of the best and brightest cannabis stoners that want to be creatives within like the cannabis space.
Yep.
Ooh,
Oh, well, I'm not getting a job, peeps. That's me fucked.
Nah, but I'm not the most creative person either. Like, I know how to bring things to life, but I'm not necessarily the person who does it. So
Yeah,
I have a lot of people who help me with that.
You're not an executor.
No. Like, I can be,
Yeah.
but I'm much better at a bigger picture.
I would say that you're in my personality analysis of you, reviewing, everyone knows I read body language. I would say that you are very much the pinnacle of a cannabis entrepreneur in Australia.
Yeah.
And you
That's
are
what we're aiming for.
And like and everyone that knows, like you would say that you got the Bong Lord, you've got Yay One, who are probably the OG, smokers doing this and that. And then I feel like you've come along, like that next level.
Yeah, I do a lot, and a lot of people don't really realize how much I actually do within the space. So, like, I help cannabis clinics, some of their processes and systems, and some of their marketing.
Yep.
I don't do anything to, like, I won't like pump a flower company or anything like that. But what I do is I help the clinics kind of just figure out ways to get more patients and just support their patients better. I want, like, the idea is I labeled it the patient journey experience. Yep. So the idea is it's like, how do I get more people to have a better experience going through the medicinal system, because so many people that I know have had such a rough time with so many different clinics, doctors and things, just where things don't agree and align and, just complications. So I try to smooth that out as much as I can.
I've just given you the easiest job in the world. All you got to do is send them in my direction, because that's what I do every single day. That's all I talk to people about, because that's that market gap that you're talking about. That's my bread and butter, and where I don't capitalise from it because it's the community.
Yeah,
is people don't understand that even though it's legal, they still don't understand. Once you're legal, it's still pretty tricky to fucking figure out, because there's budgeting, then there's time delay, there's like figuring out quantities and how often you can get it. So
you're telling me I need to make a video?
Absolutely,
I can do that. Absolutely. I've been meaning to talk about the cannabis industry for a while, but I've been a little hesitant to, because I don't really want to be labelled like a marketer of the industry, because you can get in trouble for that shit from the TGA.
I can't.
So
I'm a patient.
I'm a patient as well. But the trouble is, if you're a patient that's marketing, right, it can look in a negative light, because companies are not allowed to market. So if you're promoting anything in particular, it gets a little fuzzy. I agree with that 100%. But you know what? I'm going to say that, you'll love this. The TGA, it's your boy Irish Wick, legit. Come for me. If you want to do that dance, you know where to find me. You got the fucking first document there. Listen, it's our industry, it's our game, right? And if anyone's watched me and everyone's heard, I don't back down from a fucking fight, because I don't give a fuck, right? TGA don't have a clue what they're doing. They don't have a clue, and we run the game. It's our game. It's not theirs. They're coming in. That everyone, if no one can see that. Everything here is, we've got 3 or 4 companies growing in Australia, maybe 5 now. Everything else is getting imported through distribution. Quite a bit more.
I was going to say, like, there's probably, there is a few more.
There's a fair new
the ones that people
up.
know about that are smoking maybe on a semi-regular, the Noosa Heads, Mango, etc., etc. The Taz Botanicals.
Have you tried the Sunny Days?
I've tried Sunny Days.
That's a new one.
Yeah.
That was as soon as I smelt it, I didn't know what it was. I saw it. With my friend. I was like, oh, that smells like super lemon haze. Turned my jar. Oh, super lemon haze is nice. Yeah. I was like, perfect.
Isn't that good though when you start calling it? Mm-hmm. But see, what the problem with the TGA is that they're making massive mistakes. The
classifications are all fucked. Bro.
They're all classified. You can't schedule. You cannot have cannabis as a Schedule 8 drug the same as fucking Oxycontin.
Yeah, it's
right?
ridiculous.
But then on top of that, they don't need to. The Oxycontin doesn't need to be caged. See, this is where the TGA got to be careful, because they're going to run into a guy like me. They try and come to hammer down on me. They don't realise that I've got fucking 3,200 pharmacies with my brother-in-law who own these fucking things, and I know how these schedule works, and I see how the safes work. So they're making them hold safes within safes for cannabis, whereas Oxycontin will kill you instantly, where cannabis can't harm you. So they're making it this difficult. So if they want to buckle it down, and the whole problem saying you can't, if anyone doesn't know this, when you become legal, the problem why you have to wait for 3 or 4 days is because they can't hold stock in anticipation of sale. Okay, and then they can't advertise.
Depends which state and whatnot. That actually does vary.
Well, it's licensing.
In Queensland, it's like you can go straight up to the pharmacy and get it, right? Like it's available a lot of the time.
If they've got the stock. If they're what do you call it?
A prescribed,
PBS.
authorized prescriber.
Yeah, PBS prescribed. Yeah, what is it?
No, not PBS because cannabis isn't on the PBS.
No, but it's that pharmacy.
The AP.
Yeah, whichever one it is, the one where you need the actual license.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, they can hold Schedule 8 drugs like they do OxyContin, and if they have the secondary cage, they can hold the cannabis.
Yeah. But then you've also got like the dispensing clinics as well, where they're just mailing it out to you. That's a bit different.
Exactly.
Right.
But they're not distributing it from their, like a lot of these clinics, remember, 90% of them are remote. They don't exist. They're not a physical business. So they're not coming from their fucking house. It's coming from a warehouse, the same place that Broadbeach Waters is ordering from, or the same place that, whoever's watering, whichever pharmacy you're with.
I've been really wanting to make a video titled 30 things I hate about the medical cannabis industry in Australia. I just talk about all the fucking shit.
We're on to them now.
Everyone knows it's a bit of a farce.
The
thing is, it's just we're playing by the rules because think about it realistically. Until 5 years ago, really, we had no way of getting legal weed. It was not really conceivable.
It was impossible.
We've come so far in 5 years, and I think some people are a little ignorant to how fast, how slow it's been until now. It's exploding. We just need a little more time where we have more patients. Doctors have more data to go, hey, TGA, hey, government, hey, health department. We're actually getting really good results from cannabis. It's not causing anyone to freak out. No one's dying. Can we maybe make this system a little easier? The doctors do not need to be prescribing cannabis, right?
Yes.
They do not. I think maybe doctors still prescribe cannabis to people who are really, in chronic conditions where they need to understand how to use it and they've never used cannabis.
Yep.
Right? Some people don't want to have the flower. They want to have their oils, learn their dose, figure out all that. And I think that's perfectly fine. Not everyone wants to be baked all day. Sad for them, happy for us. It's fine.
Exactly.
It's cool. But I think there is a use case where doctors do need to be involved. But I don't think it needs to be every single time. Now sometimes with some of the clinics you can do nurse appointments and they can help you that way, which is great. But I think it really should be open script. You go in, maybe they have percentages like 20 to 30 like they're doing now, but it's just open. You can see a menu. I think we should be able to see the actual products. We should be able to be offered choices. I think we should be told about their terpene profiles, actually have it marketed to us. But it shouldn't be a recreational market. It should be still in the medicinal end. We'll get to the recreational. I don't care. But I think we should take it in steps. I don't think we need to jump straight to recreational. I think it'd be great. It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
It's just not going to happen. Fuck off.
And it wouldn't be great. People think in your mind side it'd be great, but that's not the truth. The truth is that if you've been to America and you've seen how dispensaries work, it's a fast, right? The prices, America is a perfect thing. If we go legal tomorrow, this is what's going to happen. I'll give you a perfect example, and anyone knows America, it's this simple. They made it so you can go get metric compliant weed. Mm-hmm. They gave all these licenses out. Now there's fucking 5 million farms. Shout out Doc Ray Genetics, shout out fucking Squints, shout out fucking all my boys that I smoked over there. They've got all these motherfucking farms from arsehole to breakfast, and everyone's got a license. Now, do you know what happens when you grow too much weed?
You have too much weed?
You have fucking too much weed. Now, what happens? What do you do with it? You can't sell it. So what happens?
Price goes down.
Price goes down. Now, what we have a monopolization. Shout out to fucking Burner at Cookies. I can say that personally, I'm a little disappointed in his brand because he's fair play to him. He's turned it into a good business. He's made a great business, and I'm not going to knock the guy for doing that. But when you monopolise, when you're walking with your reps into farms, now think about this. If you've got a 5,000 acre farm, you've got a $5 million, $10 million crop out there, right? And all of a sudden there's 50,000 more licenses jump out of the fucking woods with the same amount of weed, same quality, same this, same that. And the only company that can buy it in metric in that size is Cookies California, or Cookies in general. And they come along and say, yeah, we'll give you 30 cents a gram.
Ooh.
Yeah, what would you do? You'd cry. You'd probably want to burn. You wouldn't know how to continue. Yeah, well, guess what? That's America right now. They went, when I was there, I was getting through all my connections. I was getting offered $250 pounds of the finest Cali, better than anything medical you see here.
That's what I've heard as well.
Yeah. Now take that translation from the farm. Now, if we really care about the community, don't we care? Isn't it about the earth and the soil and regeneration and using hemp? And isn't this the message that everyone preaches? Mm-hmm. Okay. So the farmer's just got 30 cents a gram. All right, now walk into Cookies, California, and I don't want to get sued by fucking Cookies because I don't want to slam him. I can say Planet 13 in Las Vegas. I can say, all the big dispensaries. You walk in there, you go in there. The first thing you see is $65 a fucking gram or $65 an eighth, right? So even if it's $50 an eighth, it's cost them $1. It's fucking, what is it, 30 cents a gram? So it's 90 cents.
Put a bit of marketing and a bit of whatever, but still, fuck off.
Yeah. Now, that problem created a whole nother problem in the industry where now everyone looks at the fucking bags. And I'm sorry, Australia, you fucking do it. And I love you. It's your boy Irish, and I'm not going to pull no punches. You fucking do it. You just look at these fucking stupid Cali bags. It's got Gary Payton on it. It's got fucking birthday cake written on it. It's shiny. It's got runts written on it. And now, you're paying the fucking dispensary prices. Guess who hasn't benefited? The fucking farmer. Because that crop's gone now and he ain't coming back next year. So everything gets held at that price until they die. So everyone now is in a holdout position. Everyone in America, and they know it, and I've been told it, and they love me because I always tell the truth about it, is they're all waiting for a buyout. Apart from a few top ones. There is a few top ones, Squints being one, Chauncey Leopardi from the Sandlot movie. You kissed Wendy Peppercorn.
Oh, mad.
Yeah, that's one of my boys, right? You'll see a video on my Instagram with me and him there. He would be a top 3 grower in America. Quality from top to bottom. And he got pissed off with, how because everyone comes out with white runts and wedding runts and blah, 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 blah. So he'd drop his own strain and then someone would rip it off. So now he's just fucking dropping shit. He dropped Wendy. He dropped a strain called Wendy. Straight up Wendy. Now, you good luck copying that because you know where that comes from. That's how he's surviving, but he's one of a million. That's why in Australia we cannot jump to recreational. My show was written initially before they fucking shut me down. Thanks Zuckerberg, you dickhead.
Do you think it's maybe a problem that now we've just got pharmaceutical companies making money rather than even just the opportunity as an individual to make some money?
Well, we've got to look at where the majority of the distribution comes from. Is it coming from the pharmaceuticals? I don't think it is. I don't think the pharmaceuticals are making fuck all. I actually, if you look at it broken down, if we still apply the same sense, knowing that you can't distribute from California, you can't distribute from any other country outside of Canada.
In Australia.
In Australia, they're making...
You've got a lot of pretty high venture-backed, normally from pharma money coming in and creating companies. There's quite a few of them.
They'll be losing out their ass. Absolutely losing out their ass. I'm telling you now. Why on God's earth, when has anyone ever said... a good place to set up a fucking business and pay tax is in Australia. No one has ever said that, right? When you can go to Thailand, when you can go to fucking and pay no tax, you know what I'm saying? So even if they're growing here and they're getting...
No, the growers are not making probably great money here. I don't know, generally a lot of them have gone bust. But I'm talking about the people that are selling it.
I think that when you get to the end of it, I think that there's some money to be made from every single person. I think and I think everyone's okay with that.
I think people can make money. I think I'm not in big favor of a full rec world. What I really like, I had Mark on just at the end of last year, and Mark is a guy who ran a pot club in Spain for 11 years. And then he came back to Australia. He has Crohn's, and he couldn't get weed here. He went there and he opened up a club. And he talked about how it's set up and, how it's grown for the members and all that shit. And that's what I want. I just want cannabis clubs, and it's more personal grow. It can be sold, but it's not really sold for profit. It's sold people want a bit of money for their time, but it's not about that. It's more about supporting a community. I really like the idea because the thing I've been realizing more and more as I've gotten into the cannabis space, and maybe this is where I get a little detached from the cannabis space, everyone in this community, so much mental illness. There's so much mental illness within the cannabis community where people are struggling on a lot of issues, right? And it's such a toxic culture a lot of the time where people just rip on each other and it's all because people are doing it out of hating themselves almost. There's a lot of that.
This happened to me this weekend.
It happens all the time, bro.
What you're saying there is fact. There is so much mental health. What pisses me off, again, I tell people this because I don't fucking pull no punches. What the fuck are you doing about it? Don't sit there and fucking smoke pot and say, I've got mental health and I've got this and that. Fuck that. Get off your fucking ass and figure some shit out because you ain't going to get any better. Pot can be a gateway to anything. People say it's not a gateway to this. It can be a fucking gateway to anything.
100%. But I think one of the things is it's often a coping mechanism, right? It helps you,
Comfort.
deal with some people have heavy trauma that, it's hard to deal with. They just can't go,
Yes, sir.
without like it's too much to bear, right? You understand that.
Boy, do I get fucking trauma, yeah.
Yeah. So I completely understand people being stuck, but the problem is that I hate is the negativity that comes with it, where, they attack you for no real reason. But you are like, for myself, I'm pretty detached from it, because what I kind of do, my barrier with it is I'm just like, man, I'm living a pretty good life. Like, I have my stresses. I have a lot of stresses. I do a lot of shit, and it's fucking, but I'm living my life the way I want.
Ever since I met you, you're probably I'm still taking the title. No one works harder than me. I go 32 hours and sleep 8. I go 24 hours and sleep 8. No one outdoes me. But it doesn't mean I'm being proactive all the time. You are a hard motherfucking working man. Since I've met you, I'll give you that. I've never seen you stop. And when you do stop, you're in the podcast. And then when you're not in the podcast, you're doing your grinderoos. You know what I mean? Oh, can I open this?
Yeah.
Shout out. Oi, quick interlude advert break. Can I do your advert for you?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Welcome to Friendly Aussie Buds, where we provide the quality news for all of you humans. Now, for all of you big bald, big-assed, big-booty, Latina-loving gambling degenerates who love to smoke the herb, we're about to open a grinderoo. One of one.
One of 100.
Oh, one of 100. And I am not the perfect advertisement. It's time to open it. I'm going to start. Look, bro, straight off the bat, the plastic is a fucking dead set. Like, it was like fucking trying me to figure out a Rubik's Cube. Back to the advertisement. Welcome to the small break. Make sure you get yourself a grinderoo. Oh, wow. All right, people. It's not a. I wish he's recording here, but I wish we had a video going right now. First of all, you get a beautiful little piece in there, and it comes in the most fucking sexy little case. And I love, bro.
You can strap that to your bag, bro.
That is hectic, and it unclips as well. I don't know if you can see it there. Are you filming?
Yeah.
Bro, this is a grinder that I would carry around because straight away it's got weight on it. I'm opening it up. The grand reveal.
It's over 420 grams, bro.
Oh, shit. Hey, shout out Friendly Aussie Buds. Fuck PGR. Hey, check that out.
84 out of 100.
The Mighty Roo, a.k.a. Grinderoo, a.k.a. Friendly Aussie Buds, a.k.a. Fuck PGR. Hey, I love yous to the moon and back. A gold grinder, magnetic, no thread. That's fucking amazing.
It's got a thread on it.
No top thread.
Yeah, never does.
No one likes a top thread.
I don't think that exists.
No, they had the, like it doesn't thread, but it sits on there.
Yeah.
Everyone likes a magnetic one. It's just quality, bro. Far out.
It's a murder weapon, bro. You can kill someone with that.
I could dead set fucking throw this through a window and probably go out the back window.
Oh yeah.
I'm in love.
It's almost a pound. It's almost a pound in weight.
Fucking shame I can't smoke it. Wow. Thank you. Hey, thank you, man. Thank you. For real. That's fucking beautiful. And it is number
84.
It's numbered, by the way. It's number 84 of 100.
You've got the last one. The rest have been snatched up by A Friend Indeed and Australian Vaporizers.
Hey,
so it's the only places to get them.
Shout out those guys. Hey, Irish always gets the goods. And you know what? I'm going to hijack him and put him on the spot because I don't like taking things for free. Can I have another one? Not of these. Can I have a cheaper one to give away to the fans? Is that all right?
Oh, yeah. We're going to give you a Doctoroo, the threadless. It's not even released yet.
Beautiful. There you go. Hey, see, that's what I do, people. Hey, if I'm going to get a nice gift, I want to try and get something for you guys too. There you go. We figured that out. Thanks, bro. Bro, that is absolutely beautiful, man. Thank you.
Enjoy that.
It's your boy Irish, aka Medicated TV. I'm fucking honoured, man. I love gifts. I'm not about the money, peeps. I'm about the fucking... That's he's put his heart and soul into that, man. Fuck yeah. And try and go buy one. Where do you get them from?
Grinderoo.com. We don't have any left, but Friend Indeed and Australian Vaporizers. The second edition will drop around February, March.
Okay.
And we're doing a run of 500.
This time?
The 100 were pretty limited. We did kind of promise that, and we still haven't found number 1 or 100. Whoever finds it first wins a free vape.
Really?
Yeah, it's not a great vape. It's worth about 100, 150 bucks, but we had one lying around and we're like, fuck it. Whoever finds it, send us a picture.
Well, I'm
You want a
going
vape?
to run through everyone's house, use that to smash their window.
Whoa.
Right? My new glue. I'm going to find number one. I'm going to get myself. No, I'm just kidding.
It's a bit much.
I didn't wake up and choose violence today. See, now I need to be medicated. What I'll do is I'll have a nice bongski.
Do you want to have a vape bomb?
Nah, I'm going to go old
Keep
school.
going old school.
I'm loving this Mac one, bro.
It's a beaut, isn't it?
You going to have one?
Yeah, I may as well. I'll
Fuck
have one
yeah.
through this boy.
I'm a bad influence. It's your boy Irish. The Chaos Maker is here. We're in Brisbane. I was going to say we're live. We're almost live.
So Irish, what do you do? Like, I see you around on Instagram.
Yep.
I see you around on TikTok occasionally.
Yep.
I see you with celebrities. I see you with all sorts of crazy motherfuckers. I see you with fucking Cheech. Like, no, Chong.
Tommy
sorry.
Chong,
Tommy
yep.
Chong. I'm like, who is this motherfucker? What does he do? How did he become himself?
Where did he come from?
Where did he come from?
Yep.
Why do you do what you do? Like,
And what's it all about?
what's it all about? Who is Irish really?
All right. Well, let's start. Let's firstly let me show you something really cool because I can show you because we're not on video. I don't get to do this very often. All right. You ready for something? I'm just gonna.
I think he's pulling out his cock.
If I pull that out, what's it look like? You happy? It's how everyone can't see right now.
A bit pink.
But I'm gonna. I'm just. When I get some. I'm not really impressed with the fucking internet here. Just so you know, that's my driver's license. All right. What?
That is your actual name.
Bro, I'm not. Wait, look, and it's not fake. Like it's real.
Wow.
So, I was adopted, and if you check out my stories now, so I don't want to go back too far because I have a trauma-ridden life, and I shouldn't be alive. Sorry, Maxie. And I don't want to make. I don't want to. It's look, your boy Irish. I'm doing fucking fine. I'm mental. I battle with myself every day, but I'm fucking good, and I'm here for the community. But I was put into a home, a Catholic home when I was a child, and I came out of that with no family, nowhere to live, and I was adopted by Turkish Muslims. And if you'll check out my story, you'll see that I've been with Erkan from Turquoise Kebabs. So Turquoise Kebabs here in Brisbane.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like,
You've been there?
I've been there plenty.
Okay.
Like, they're always open. They never close.
So if you fuck with me, you know what you're going to run into if you've ever been to there.
You don't even know my relationship to kebab. Favorite food? Kebab. Thing I talk about with more than most things, kebabs. I used to run a Facebook group called Just Blokes and Their Kebabs. It was around before the Halal Snack Pack Appreciation Society.
Did you know I had a kebab in?
Did ya?
Yeah, called
Fuck.
the Kebab Cartel, and I'll show you the photos in a second.
Oh, mate.
And I've got some merch, so I've still got a hoodie, and it would fit you. I've got a big one there. It's an XL. You're not that big. I'll get you an XL, bro. It's the Kebab Cartel. Kebabs before abs.
Kebabs before abs.
You like that?
I love it.
Yeah, bro, that was us. So that's me and my brother
That's
Mustafa. So yeah, so I was adopted by. If you check out Turquoise, if anyone's in Brisbane on the corner of Mary and Albert Street, they're open 24 hours. If you just go in and say, "Hey, it's your boy Irish," walk in there and say that. Look for Erkan. Just say, "Hey, like we support Irish." My brother, he loves me, and like literally, I would not be alive if it wasn't for the Kojaks.
The next time I am drunk in the city,
Yep.
I will go there and I will scream it to the top of my lungs.
You will get the fun of it. So if you see Volcan's the one with all the tattoos. He's got the tattoos and the beard and the hat. If you see Volk, he obviously because they've got night stuff who aren't family. If most nights it would be Erkan, it'd be Volcan. Go in there and just talk, bro. In anything I say here, and I endure you to do this. Like go fact check me, please. Go fact check me. Like I don't bullshit. You go through all my other podcasts and hear some of the stories I've said. Please go talk to Erkan. Go talk to people who won't bullshit, and you'll see how the fucking crazy Irishman came about. But back to the story. I was adopted by Turkish Muslims. Their father, my father, who raised me, he raised me on one sentence, and that was "Anna Gozelme," right? In Turkish, that means I didn't know what it meant. We're all growing up. Every time I walk past him, he'd go "Anna Gozelme," and I'll be like, "What the fuck is he saying?" And that'll be laughing. Here I am, this troubled street, this home kid. This is the only man in the street that made me laugh for some fucking reason because he's saying something in a weird language. "Anna Gozelme," it means "Is your mother beautiful?" in Turkish.
Okay.
And from there, I stole a push bike and I rode up the street and stacked it a bunch of times right at the front of Muzi's house, and he helped me put the chain back on. They asked me where I was living, and I said, "Look, I live under a house. I'm homeless, blah, blah, blah. I didn't have family." So they adopted me, got all my papers together, got all my shit sorted, And then that was the birth of fucking the young, I don't know, 8-year-old, fucking 9-year-old, Irish Wick. And from there, I just I pushed through and got in a bit of trouble down the south coast. I was a massive criminal. I was the biggest car thief, because I was underage and they couldn't touch me, and I was good at what I did. Me and my brother, we were the biggest car thieves, and we did a lot of dumb shit. Never hurt anyone. I don't want to incriminate anyone, we didn't always pinch them for no reason. And we did a lot of crimes, and we were just two troubled kids. And we were just two troubled kids from the south coast, growing up, trying to figure our way out. Then I had some trouble. I lived behind a guy who was murdered down in Wollongong, who was not a good person. At the same time, a former Lord Mayor of Wollongong was murdered, who also wasn't a good person. I was the prime suspect for that murder.
Oh fuck!
So that was the first time I'd moved out from the Turks and gone out my own 2 feet. And I got almost pinned for a fucking double murder in Wollongong, which I never talked about. And then from there, obviously I pushed through. You push through these fucking kinds of things. That
happens.
I got, I had to see things to understand. If anyone knows the story of these two people, I don't really want to talk about it too much, but I'll give you just the names. If you look up Frank Arkell, the former Lord Mayor of Wollongong, and David O'Hearn, that you'll see that Belinda Van Crevel and her family were responsible for that. But I got arrested and pinned as a minor up at the basketball courts in front of Brett Lee, the cricketer, Shane Lee, because we all grew up around there. They're all a lot older than me. And that really fucked me up, what they did, and showed me and took me to a crime scene that I shouldn't have been at as a minor. So that was the first thing. Coming out of a home, that was the second thing. And then obviously I hit my teens, and I then got stabbed 19 times in the city with a pencil.
Oh.
And it snapped off in my gut. The third, fourth or fifth strike, it snapped off in my gut. And the end of it was blunt then, like I think it was sharp pencil, and then it snapped. So when they just hit me in the chest, it was all blunt force trauma. So it saved my life that it fucking snapped off and the fucking pencil's hanging out left of me left side. So then there was that, and then I was outside of a nightclub in Wollongong, and there was a bunch of triad Asian guys there at the time. There was a problem with drugs in Cabramatta and triads and all stuff like that, and I had nothing to do with it. I was just walking through them, and I walked through them drunk, going down to the car park. One of them spun me around and said, "Do you think you're a tough guy?" And I said, "Fuck off." And he just pulled a gun out and put it to my head. And this is why I always wear sunnies. It's not, I haven't got light sensitivity. It just fucking, my eye just bothers me. But I was, he put a gun to my head, and I was drunk. I'm like, "Fuck off." And I hit the gun. It just went fucking bang. Shot off in the side like that. Just scar tissue. My eye was fucked. I'll show you a photo after this. And so that happened to me. So I nearly fucking died a few times. Then obviously, not having a fucking solid foundation from the start, having all that trauma, going through a bit of shit, being homeless, coming from a fucking home and no family, and just only my Turks, who aren't my blood, but they love me to death, you know what I mean? They just fucking protected me. I had to find a way to go, get through that. So I left Wollongong. I was driven out by the cops. They literally threatened to kill me and my brother. And they literally threatened to kill us and almost tried multiple times. So he went to Darwin. I fucked off to Penrith, and I started a new life. And from there, I rebuilt. But then I was always that troubled kid. There was always that shit in the background. You know what I mean? Everyone knew me. They go, everyone that knows me from day one to the day, to now, I've always been a good cunt. I've never been a dog. I've never been a bad guy. But fuck, I've been troubled. And
you just get caught up in the wrong things.
Bro, I'm the chaos maker. I still, now I've turned the chaos maker into a fucking funny, I can do chaos and it's all good. But back in the day, chaos was real.
Yep.
And I wasn't afraid of it, and I didn't run from it. And sometimes I was fucking headfirst into it and causing it. Mm-hmm. So when I started in Penrith, here I still had this lingering fucking desire to be not fucked with, not messed with, you know what I mean? And I had to calm that down. I rebuilt that. And, as I progressed, just slowed myself down. I found, ironically, we call it Macca Nats, right? At Macca's in Penrith, it used to be like the summer Nats there. All the cars are there. So I found a new crew. I started a new bunch of friends, and didn't like all my boys back home. I love them to death, and I fucking, they know I fucking love them, and I'll back them if they call me. But they know I had to get out of town and start a new group and just start a new life. So I did that. Then I got found a beautiful fucking girl, Ari, and then we had kids and everything. I just did the family thing, and I worked hard, and I really stuck down. But this whole fucking time, all the boys around me, they could just see, and you can go back and look at my podcast. Marvin in particular, my Filipino mate, probably my last, I think it was when I'm wearing my fucking Stormtrooper outfit. Mm-hmm. He was like, you were a ticking time bomb. We could all see it. Like, I was just ticking. You could just see it. And I was pumped full of fucking, the pharmaceuticals. The whole time they were trying to treat me, and we're talking about this off camera, about being labelled with mental health disorders or this and that. This is why I don't profess to it and I don't believe in it, because it's just a label. Did the first man open university, did he go to university? No. That makes a fallacy from the start, in my opinion. Only education can improve it, and that starts within. But it takes a long time. So I was labelled, and they could see that I was a ticking time bomb. They were labelling me with, he's manic depressive, he's fucking suicidal, he's this, he's that, all these other fucking things, pumping me full of 200 milligrams of Oxycontin to deal with chronic pain, giving me 50 milligrams of Xanax a day, allowance, to fucking deal with my anxiety and panic, because I couldn't fucking breathe if I walked out of the door. And then give me fucking 20 milligrams of Valium and telling me to take rest of it. It's okay to take rest of it, which is, sleeping tablets at night, so I can sleep. No fucking thought of, and taking melatonin on top of that. So
that's a lot.
Yeah, it was fucking insane. I was 155 fucking kilos. I had you covered by fucking 10, bro. I was a fucking hippopotamus. And I couldn't breathe, I couldn't move, and I was fucking sad, and I was violent. And inside of me, like, I still had that inner rage, like, of everything that happened. So it got to a point, it just fucking, bro, it just broke. I broke when my son went into year 7, and it just all came flooding back to me. That's when my trauma started, when it really fucking kicked in. And I was sitting in the pharmacy, waiting to get my usual script. And my brother Adam, shout out Kingswood Compounding Pharmacy. He's my brother. Him, Sam Ashura, Ahmed. They literally seen me go from this deadbeat piece of shit who was just ready to burn the world down to a broken man who didn't, they were going to lose me. So Adam put his arm around me and just said, bro, you've got medicinal cannabis just became legal. Just fucking became it. Like, literally, we've got the notification on our email right here. It was like, I think they get the notification a bit earlier than everyone else. I think it was like January 17th.
Yeah.
And so he's like, bro, I'm going to help you get it. I'm going to take you myself into state health. We're going to talk to the chief scientist. I think her name was Annabelle at the time. She's a blonde-haired lady with glasses. She thought I was a fucking joker and like didn't want to help me at all. And they laughed me out of there. Went and seen the minister at the time. I think it was Daniel Batty, and we were fighting stuff. I had my solicitor in the background who was helping me get stuff because I didn't want to reveal a lot of my trauma and shit that I was going through to help me. And in the meantime, I'm fucking suicidal and I'm fucking on the fucking phone 900 times to fucking Beyond Blue and fucking stepping out in the fucking highway. This is It's Your Boy Irish, mind you, right up until 3 years before I fucking started my show. You know what I mean? So it wasn't long. If there is no correlation to, I know this is a long story, by the way. Sorry to
yeah, it's all good.
Out.
It's a good story.
Basically, it got to a point where when he had his arm around me, he said, "No, we're going to get this for you." And we went through all the steps. And I don't want to talk about all the steps because the stuff that happened, I want to give a shout out to the actual. I'm the first flower patient. So when it got flower approved, the first patient was a 15-year-old epileptic child, right? And I'd love to know where he is and he's still alive today. That would be. I can't believe I've never looked into it. I know who he is. I know his name. I don't want to say it because I don't want to disrespect if anything's happened to the family. Like, God bless them for fucking doing what they've done. But I'm the first flower patient, and that's because of someone seeing me about to break and die from pharmaceuticals. So for me, when I made that step, I walked in. When I threw the tablets down on the doctor, I threw a whole duffel bag. Her eyes nearly fucking, her jaw hit the floor. She'd never seen so many pills in her life. It was like a junkie's paradise. You know what I mean? And I said, this is what I just take. This is my weekly shit. And I'm done. And then we got it through. Now from there, 2017, fast forward to now.
Bags on bags on bags.
All I'm going to say to you
tubs
is...
on tubs on tubs.
Tubs on tubs on tubs. Fucking life on top of life. It's your boy Irish Medicated TV. Like, look at the guy. I've managed Tommy Chong's Australian, New Zealand brand manager. My contract just finished and I'm actually really upset, just so you know. Like, I managed Tommy Chong for a year from January 9th to January 9th. And obviously I didn't get my shot to see that through because of fucking COVID and the travel and the current, everything's impossible. The markets are moving all over the place. Their market's flooding. So, yeah, but I got to manage Tommy for a year and I'll be forever grateful for that. The only correlation is fat Irish who wanted to kill himself, who was ringing Beyond Blue, and on all those tablets in 2017 to 2023 now, 80 kilos, best shape of my life, most successful of my life. All I've done, and what do I do? I know this has fucking been the longest what do I do in the world. I don't do anything bar just get online and fucking talk to people and work deals in the cannabis industry where I don't have to take money from the community. I don't talk about my money. I don't talk about, not every single one of my fans, not one of them. I can even shout out, actually, 2 people have given me tips. One was Blaze and one was Cody. That's how much I know my fans, and I tell them not to tip me. I don't want tips. I've got a thing there if fucking Mr. Beast ever wants to come along and tip me $50 million. Like, he's more than welcome to, and I'll fucking fly over and mow his lawns for his lifetime. And so will you come with me if I give you half?
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, done. Shout out Mr. Beast. Give us a bit of money.
We just want a few more bags.
Yeah, bro, we just want 1,000 jars of weed, but we want to take the jars out and save the planet. So can we just have 50 pounds? So Mr. Beast can make that happen.
I think we need a bit more than that. That's not going to last much more than a year.
50,000 tons.
Oh, yeah.
Did I say pounds?
You said pounds.
I meant tons,
Yeah, we need a ton per year.
Yeah.
Ton per year.
Ton per year.
Ton per year,
that'll do
dude.
it. Beastie, we want...
At the very least, half a ton per year.
Wait, tell me if Mr. Beast, Beast OG came out, Mr. Beast Kush, or something like that.
Beast Kush.
Beast Gelato. Beast
Haze.
Oh, Beast Haze.
Hazy Beast.
Oh, Mr. Beast Burgers. Ugh.
Mr. Beast. Beast Cake.
Oh, Beast Cakes.
Beast Cakes.
Beast Cakes. Hey, Mr. Beast, you got to fucking... Everyone right now, make sure you tag Mr. Beast wherever you fucking hear this. Tag you. We love you, Mr. Beast in Australia. I know you hate us because you won't even bring your ice creams and your biscuits and all your good shit here. I've been buying it and getting imported from there, so I'm still supporting you. I was an executive producer on your FBI show. Shout out. Did you know that?
No.
I actually executive producer. I've got the jumper and the fucking name. You go check out the FBI series. I was one of... There was a million of us, but yeah, I was one of the executive producers on that show.
Nice.
But I bought 3 jumpers, so I was the executive producer 3 times. So Mr. Beast will take a ton a year. But so no, that's all I do. I work in the background. I help celebrities. I build brands. I do brand marketing, similar to you. And I have side businesses like, I told you, I'm from a kebab family. So, you can imagine I'm in the kebab game somewhere. You know what I mean? It's
I buy and trade in kebabs. It's what I do. I give you 4 kebab, you give me a quarter. It's fair deal.
4 kebab for 3 sheep, and we are good.
Yes.
I get 3 sheep. I get 14 pound.
I give you 2 sheep, 1 pound for 6 kebab.
Yes, but who has the hashish?
The Indians.
Okay, so what do
we go get some chakras.
Some chakras.
Yeah, Nepalese hand roll.
Ah, got it.
Good shit.
Are we being super racist right now?
Maybe.
Fuck it. Listen, that was a great accent impersonation. We charge $50 an hour for that. Oh, talking about a mad hustle. Can I give people a mad hustle to make some money this year?
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
I love people talking money.
All right, let's talk some money for a second then. So, real money. Everyone right now, the laziest stoner in the fucking building right now, I want you to... I want to know right now who's listening, who is the laziest motherfucking stoner listening right now. Comment and say, it is me. I am the lazy one. I want you to go on a website called Fiverr. F-I-V. I think it's triple R. It's either double R, triple R. I'm not
Just
sure.
ER.
ER? No, it's not. No, it's not F-I-V-E-R.
Maybe double R.
Yeah, it's F-I-V-E double
Just
R.
Fiverr. People know Fiverr, bro.
Look up Fiverr, right?
People know Fiverr.
I want you to register as a seller, right?
What
and then
are
I
you
want
selling?
you ready for this? I want you to go in there and I want you to offer Australian voiceovers with bogan accents, if that's what you have, right? And I want you to charge, you ready for this? $1
A minute.
per word,
Per word, yeah.
okay? If I want the laziest stoner to do this right now, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give you in on a little hustle, right? I've just registered myself. I'm going to be starting to do it. Meet myself, Red
You'll
Honcho.
be good with that.
Yeah, I know. I'll be all right. I think that's why I've learned to do
You
it.
charging for scripts?
Yeah, I'm charging for everything.
You should charge for a script.
Yeah, I charge. Like you talking about outside of Fiverr? Like
No. Like, so they want the video, they can give
Yep.
you the script, but you can also offer to write the script and show examples of how you
Oh,
would, 'cause
yeah.
you're fucking good with it, bro.
You know more about that. You'd have to tell me how much to charge because I'm too generous, right? So I'm not charging $1. I'm only charging like fucking way less. But go do that. I'm telling you, I'm talking to the laziest stoner right now. Go do that. Sign up. You don't need an ABN because you're an individual. You don't need to do anything. I guarantee
So we make 10 grand.
I'm going to tell you about a guy right now who lives in Los Angeles, California. He hasn't left his house all year. Not because he's got something wrong with him, because he likes to play games, watch porn, beat off, and eat popcorn. Right? I can't give his name up because he makes $60,000 a month on Fiverr because he's an Australian living in America doing Australian voiceovers.
Nice.
Fiverr pays, and he has over 6,000 reviews. So think about and he's only been going 12 months. So get on there, the laziest stoner, and then you owe me some cash.
That's not too bad. It's not too bad
It's
at all.
easy. You're just talking.
That's it. But you do need generally a decent little microphone. Try and isolate your voice.
Yeah, well,
You know, you need to put a little bit of effort into that, and then you'll get it. Because I've bought some voiceover work for clients and things before.
yeah.
I did a really good one for an ad that I made for a little startup that I created called Better Letters. I don't think I ever told you about Better Letters. I made it possible to send physical letters through the internet, and it had a database of all the politicians. So you could just bulk send them a letter saying, "Oi, legalize weed," or whatever you wanted to write. And we had
Really?
campaigns and stuff. Yeah. So
No, you didn't tell me about it. That's
Nah.
mad.
So I did that, and I made I got an animated video for it. That's pretty sick. I'll show you after. And it's got a voiceover of a guy who did heaps of radio ads. You know, the guy who's like, in Australia, like, you know, Frank Walker, almost that kind of voice.
Yeah, yeah.
But you would have heard this
Yeah.
so many times. It's not Frank Walker's voice, but, you know.
I know the exact guy you're talking about.
Yeah. I'll show you.
They're awesome. I did an animation clip called Alien Strains with one of Joe Rogan's animators. Shout out Infamous Animations. I got them. They were like, "Oh yeah, send over your voice. We'll do the thing for you." I'm like, "Nah, I want Americans to do Australian accents for me." Fuck, it's funny if you haven't heard it. Go check
Yeah,
it
it is.
I could have done my own voice, but I wanted to get their voice. It's fucking funny.
Oh, good day, mate.
We got the highest podcast in... No, what did you say? You go, "Welcome to the highest podcast in podcast history." That's how he sounds, isn't it?
Yeah.
Alien strains. And it's not my voice. I even sound like my own voice. I even sound like that voiceover guy. How baked are you?
I'm all right. I'm pretty good.
I'm good.
I'm chilling. I'm feeling warm, fuzzy, chill.
Chilling it.
Chilling it.
Shout out, chill.
I love chilling it. It took me a little bit to get into chilling it because I'm not like too into the hip hop, but then I like started listening. And I'm like, oh no, this is fucking good.
Yeah.
Like really, really, really fucking good. And then you just can't really not respect the man. Like everything he does is fucking incredible, to be honest.
This is what the boys always respect him, man. Everyone will speak to him. I say to him, bro, it doesn't matter what you do, it sells out. But I was talking to Vilza. Vilza lad from Consortium. He was like, "Bro, nothing but respect for chill, man. If that motherfucker can do that, everything touches turns to gold. He's fucking on his spot, man. How can we not respect him?" You know? It's not just about musical ways. It's about...
Just who he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of rappers out there who are like chilling it. You know, I love you, bro, but I'm honest. Like, there's far better rappers out there who are far lyrically better or whatever the case may be. But they don't have the
swagger, bro.
They don't have the chilling it fucking
Yeah.
swagger at all. This motherfucker, he's a classy dude. And like...
I love that he's a wog. It's because like I'm a wog, right? And I'm just
What are
like...
you? What nation?
I'm
Italian?
a Croatian.
Oh, you're Croatian.
Yeah. So
Damn
like...
glove. Do you know how to speak it?
Yeah. What'd you say?
I was speaking Macedonian, isn't it the same?
What'd you say?
Damn glove. Give me head.
Yeah, well, yeah. I was like, what are you trying to say? It's a little off. Yeah.
Damn glove, yeah.
Yeah, pretty close.
See that? That's because I grew up in Wollongong around fucking all the skis.
That's it. But no, like I love that he's like an ethnic boy because it's
Yeah.
like, you know, normally that's all a story of coming from nothing and all of that. Like no supportive white family with already money and, you know, do
Yeah.
your dreams, follow your shit. You know, like he fucking hustled, he grinded, and he's actually also fought a bit of a stereotype. You know, like Stoner's lazy. Like he fights that shit harder than anyone.
Bro, look at him. The cunt is a machine. Like, he is a fucking machine. There's not an ounce of fat on him. And you know what? Do you think he's short? Have you seen him in person?
I haven't seen him in person.
What do you have looked at him and thought? Have you ever thought, is he tall, short, whatever?
I thought of him at about like a 6 foot, maybe a little taller.
He might, you know what? He might be. I'm 6'1",
Yeah.
and I actually thought he was short. But chilling is because I think everyone he just stands around fucking tall people for some reason.
Yeah.
I'm 6'1", I'm taller than the average Joe Bear, just a little bit.
Yeah.
And he's not that much shorter than me.
Yeah,
And
nice.
it fucking surprised me. I'm like I've got to go back and have a look because I swear that must make Spaniard fucking 9 foot, 12 foot, 7 foot shack. You know what I
Fucking
mean?
Spaniard. I love Spaniard so much.
Do you love Spaniard?
Like I don't watch him like on the reg, but like whenever he comes on, I'm just like, I fucking love this guy. Like
I love Spaniard. I love his honesty. What I love about that dude, bro. He's
so articulate to such a simple level that it's like you understand what he's saying, and it's so much common sense. Mm-hmm. It's so very
but it's filled with a fucking sip of piss, taking the piss,
Yeah.
And that's the thing I love about Spaniard. I'm not nothing like Spaniard. I think he's amazing. But like I kind of have that. I feel like I have the same shtick. Like I'm a street kid, a hooligan, a fucking bad boy, fucking been through it all. Done all the shit as a kid, and I'm still articulate now to tell the story. He's that on another level. Like he's just a fucking machine level. Anything he touches turns to gold as well. I love his realness and his rawness, but I also like, and I'm sorry I don't want to offend the guy because I actually really like him. I actually like his softer side. Like I much prefer to watch Spaniard, and people are going to think I'm fucking weird now. He goes live on YouTube, and he streams and he games, but sometimes he does flight simulators.
Yeah.
Now, everyone knows, like you said before, the whole cannabis community is filled with mental health. Now, Spaniard doesn't, he hates weed, right? And he makes it clear, and that's cool. Like, I fucking respect him to the death for that, Like, he doesn't fucking need it. What a sick cunt, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But then he streams these games, and it's so therapeutic. And it's like, it is one of the most therapeutic, and I know, I don't want to sound like a fucking weirdo, but I'm always looking for peace in my head because I'm battling. Knowing how that guy is, knowing where he's come from, what he's been through, being a fucking, heroin and jailing out of his life, and mate, he would have trauma out the wazoo, and he's just carrying it like a king, And then to see him gaming and showing that like sort of soft, vulnerable side to just that something he's enjoying, bro, it's really soothing for me. And that's as corny as it might sound. I don't give a fuck about his music. I don't give a fuck about the podcast. I don't give a fuck about that. But I really respect that side of him because that's a side that takes a lot. If you're going to be that, like you've seen him smack that bloke in the street, everyone's seen that video. If you're that guy and you can still show a soft side, man, you're a gentleman. So something's happened to him I believe something's happened to him in the last sort of 12 to 18 months, and I hope it was something good. I know he's been through, I can see through his stories, he's been through stuff with his son or something like that, but I hope something good and something's changed in his life, or he's found God, or he's
more inner peace. Yeah,
man, and I think he's becoming... Now he's going to become a pillar of the community because he's not a crook anymore, he's not a drugger anymore, and he's never going back there. So that's where my respect comes from the guy. And I know he doesn't love pot, but pot will still love him.
Yeah, so, pot loves everyone. It doesn't discriminate.
Yeah. I apprate the guy for that level. It's like
I really appreciate people that live sober and happy. There's a lot of envy there. Like hard.
When he's trauma-ridden too.
Like when you've got everything that you deal with just on a day-to-day and you can do it without any form of crutch like that's pretty wild.
Right.
Like maybe there's another crutch somewhere that we don't know, but, generally speaking, some people just live that clean.
Yeah.
It's impressive, but, maybe we'll get there one day, maybe we won't.
I hope I do. I mean...
I just like to have periods without. I think that's kind of where it is. It makes me then come back and appreciate what I have.
Yeah.
So that kind of sits well with me. And then also just resetting the endocannabinoid system a little bit, give yourself a little bit of that clear-headedness, get a little more like, oh, okay, fuck, reality sucks. I get it. But it's important to know. Like sometimes for me, I think weed sometimes masks a little bit of the pain that you should suffer, it makes things a little easy. When you take CBD a little too often, I find if you're really accurate on it, you just start to not give a fuck anymore. The anxiety's so far gone that you're not stressed on things you should be stressed on.
You nailed that I'm so glad you fucking said that. You nailed that fucking perfectly, bro. And it took me fucking 3 years to get to realize the point. I only need 0.5 of a mil. 0.5 of a mil every day.
Mm-hmm.
That is my ultimate fucking dose for CBD, non-psychoactive, no to make me feel amazing, where I stopped giving a fuck, stopped overthinking.
But do you ever find that it's a little maybe too much? Like you had too much.
Going back to what you're saying, hey, I should feel a bit more. Yes, I should probably cut that down to 0.25 mil. So I'd still get the
Well, you're smoking so much THC, you probably need the 0.5. Because the idea with the CBD, it helps neutralize a little bit of the THC just to kind of remove a bit of the like wackier THC effect, the more, let's call it the trippy effect.
The trippy effect, yeah.
Like it helps remove that. And I think it's good to get that edge off. But also it helps kind of soothe that mind so you're not as racy.
Yes.
But for me, if I was taking more, like if I was on the 1 mil, 2 mil, or for me, I take 0.3 twice a day.
Yep.
So 0.6.
0.6.
Right.
So great dose, right?
Twice a day, morning, night.
How long, how many years you been on it now?
I don't know, 3, 4, 5.
When did you really start to feel it, if you think about it?
Oh, it takes about a month, like consistently.
So you actually felt it completely through your system, in your endocannabinoid system within a month? Yeah,
in about a month you start to really notice it. If you're consistent with your dosing, in about 3 to 4 weeks, I think that's when you start to realize oh, hang on, I'm a lot less stressed than general.
Would you believe it took me 3 years?
3 years?
It took me 3 years going up and down doses from 2 mil to 0.1 mil to 5 to figuring it all out. It took me 3 years and that's, imagine how much my endocannabinoid system must have been fucked, like out of whack.
Yeah.
Just hearing you talk, how you were just like, within a month, bang. Fuck, bro. I had gas, I had fucking gastro, I had fucking all kinds of things going on at the start. And then it kicked, so.
Yeah. So a little bit of that. But I like the clarity, like when you have those sober days or hours, depends, but like if you give it a good week too.
Yeah.
When you go back, you get ripped like you almost got stoned for the first time again.
Hard.
How nice is that? Right, you can't get rid of that feeling. That's just such a winner. That's such a reward. But it
like
really
a wake
is.
And bake?
Yeah, I love a wake and bake.
Did you? Sorry to interrupt, but I've got to ask this question because I'll get stoned. I'm going to forget. Do you remember when you weren't a big smoker or whatever? Do you remember people saying to you, "Oh, bro, there's nothing better than a wake and bake"? And you're like, you never got it, or did you get it from the start? That wake and bake was just because I didn't.
Well, I heard it, so I had to try it. And I think I enjoyed it, but I think I found it a little too much at the start because I wasn't so used to weed. It was like, when you start smoking weed, I find it takes a while to understand how to function.
Yes.
I would when I first smoked weed, the first maybe 3 to 6 months, I used to twitch a little bit. I used to get shoulder tweaks and my arm used to jump.
Now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still twitch. When I'm asleep, I'm like that.
Oh no.
No, the sleeping twitches.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've got that. And I've been. Oh, there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah,
I just ate the weed.
But I used to twitch, and it was the boys would make fun of me. But so I don't know if it was me intentionally almost doing it, but it'd be just fully fucking arm launching.
Okay, yeah, you're full on like me.
Yeah,
wow.
But
what is it?
But I don't know. It stopped. I once I got used to weed, right? After I started smoking it more, that all went away.
Do you think it was stress or anxiety or something?
This was when I was quite young. I didn't have as much to stress about.
Could have been underlying anxiety or panic or something.
Maybe. First time. Also, could have been just shitty PGR. Shit weed.
you fucking... I wish we had that part on video where they could have seen you throwing your arm up like you're fucking like a puppet master because...
That's what it was like though.
PGR makes you go...
Quite literally. But it took a while to get used to, getting stoned.
Yeah.
And then to be able to function, talk to people and go about your day, that took years to really get to, where you kind of acquainted yourself to it.
You've done that? I fucking can't. That's why we're sunnies again, because my eye and the trauma. But
depends how stoned I am.
I fucking just can't be fucked anymore.
Yeah?
I just walk in and tell people I'm stoned. I walk into Kmart, shout out Kmart at Cannon Hill. Let me tell you a quick story. I went to Kmart Cannon Hill, bought that coffee grinder. See the Kmart coffee grinder I bought? I walked up to the lady, the fucking thing. I said, I need a coffee grinder. She just looked at me and she just laughed. I went, yes, it's for cannabis. As I said it straight away, she laughed even harder. Yeah. She goes, yeah, they're up there. And they were covered. I walk up and there was a bunch of girls standing there. And there was a guy standing there and they had the fucking things covered. I said, I'm looking for the coffee grinders. And they both looked at me and went, again, laughed at me.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh yeah, they're right here. I said, oh, sorry, I meant cannabis grinders. Because it's for fucking cannabis. Since you want to laugh about it, it's for, I'm going home to get fucking stoned to the bone. Oh, and I said, she's like, it's okay. I said, it's legal. And she's like, yeah. I went, wait, you don't know?
Yeah.
And she's like, what? I said, it's fucking legal. She goes, where? I'm like, fucking everywhere.
Yeah.
And she's like, no. I said,
Yeah.
I said, listen, you're young. I said, listen, I'm not making creep. I said, get your phone out right now. Being a daddy, being a bossy dad, you know what I mean? Get your phone out right now. I said, I know you've got Instagram. Look up my name. What's the first line say? She's like, oh, shit. I said, so from now on, sell these cannabis grinders, and everyone that comes in here is legal. Make sure they know it's easy for the stoners. So you may as well put them at the front. And she was like, that's a fucking great idea. I swear to God, you go in Cannon Hill tomorrow, I'll guarantee the grinders are not at the back anymore. I guarantee they're like fucking 5 metres from the entrance. Back to your story. Sorry to interrupt. I probably fucked it.
Nah, that's all right. I didn't even remember where we were.
I did. I fucked it.
Talking about
We were talking about...
getting higher, getting used to talking to people and things. Yeah, like
Sorry, people.
I don't mind telling people I'm stoned. Like I like to actually have that giggle, but I also like to not tell people and just kind of see like their perception of me, my perception of them. It's kind of a like mental game for me.
Then you look sus as
No. Like I'm pretty good at like just kind of processing because I'm a big people watcher. I like to just like observe what's going on.
That doesn't sound creepy at all. I like to watch people when they're sleeping. Or...
No, like just people in general. It doesn't matter who it is or anything. I like to like observe a person and figure out who their character is. Like, what do they do for work? Do they have kids? Like, I like to like imagine who they be. So like I understand their avatar.
All right, we're on this topic now. We're staying on this because I'm going to fucking blow your mind. Go on.
I don't know. I just like to like, figure out people's like little avatars. Like, who are they? What are their values? It's kind of a marketing mindset. It's kind of a overstimulated mind that just needs to think about shit all the time,
yes,
right?
I 100% get
So
that.
for me, when I'm stoned, it's like I have a bigger like imagination for it, so I can go really outlandish. So that's how I like to play it, and it's like just interesting watching people interact with each other, like those weird political correctnesses where they greet each other, and it's like, are they an NPC? How do they kind of function?
Now you're getting now we're into the topic. Yeah, keep going.
All right. Like, how do they just function? How do they talk to people? Like those weird, subtle interactions. Can you predict what's about to happen next? That's sometimes quite fun to do when I'm stoned because you can see like the chain of events that's about to occur when someone's about to fuck something up and you can see them already have like that shit's funny to me to watch.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's the observation for me when I'm stoned that I really enjoy. So but it
Watching
took a while
unfold.
to get comfortable to talk to people politely, like, just exchange pleasantries. My partner, when she gets stoned, she struggles to use her hands. She's kind of crab clawy, so like her motor skills are a little fucky. So it's like
Zoidberg, homeowner.
Basically. But like, she gets a little more clammy that way because muscles relax and it's like that happens. So she's not as good. She crochets, so she can't crochet high. Because her hands don't work as well.
Fucking hand 30 times.
There you go. But
poor woman.
Where I'm really going with it is, it's like for me. I think us more experienced cannabis users forget that it takes a while for people to get there, and some people don't. They just can't. Like I know people that have been smoking for a long time, and they get stoned off like half a cone, like a tiny little half cone, and they're good for the whole night. And you're like, what the fuck? But they're like, you'll believe them because they're like eyes red, and you're like,
they look like we want to feel.
But they smoke every day. And you're like, how?
No.
Yeah. I've met people like that. I met people that can like literally have 1-2 small cones and they're so good.
No.
And they're ripped.
I want to be like that.
I know. How fortunate would you be?
Do you know how much money I save?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Spend a lot of money on weed.
I want to go back. So,
all right.
I can't believe you're talking about this topic of NPCs.
Yeah.
Right? I was down in Gold Coast today. I was with my nephew, Quaden Bales. Shout out to Quaden. Love you, buddy. It's his first day of high school. What time is it? Hey, look at that.
Today.
2 minutes past 12.
Today.
Today. So it's
We're starting on the Tuesday.
Yeah, so because if anyone knows Quaden, he was the little 4-year-old boy that was bullied at the first day of primary school. They were saying he was 15 and making up all this bullshit. So Quaden is now just turned 12 and he's going to his very first year of high school.
Grade 7.
He's going, I don't want to say too much else where he's going, but, and he's got his Uncle Irish there behind him. You'll see if you go check it out. I'm behind him in every photo. He's a part of the pride. He's one mob, you know what I mean? I've got him to the fucking end and I'm not going to let that shit happen again because I love bullies. I love bullying bullies. You know what I mean? That's my favourite thing. I'm not tough. I'm not a gangster. But I tell you what, if you're a bully, you might not want to sleep because I don't. And if you're going to send someone you love, don't expect to have them, get them back alive. It's that simple. But But yeah, so I was with Quaden. I get very defensive of Quaden, as you can tell, because he's been through a lot. We're down there and we're sitting at the Gold Coast. I was with him and his mum. Everything's quiet. Like Cavalier, it's quite quiet. The restaurants aren't open. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I said, we're looking for Italian. Me and Quaden want Italian. So we go to I Love Italy on Cavalier. Shout out. You owe me a free feed for that fucking shout out. And you owe him too. You owe Friendly Aussie Buds. So next time you're down there,
I know.
A free feed. Oh, we'll get a free feed. Mad. I'd love doing this for free feed. I'll do anything for free food. I'll get in the car. This is free candy. I'm in. We're there and I said to him, now think about this. I said, can I ask you a question? They go, yeah. I said, all right. How many times, and this is for all the viewers right now, and drop a comment, this is fucking important to me because I've asked a lot of people and no one said anything yet. Drop a comment if this fucking blows your mind. How many times, you live in this house, right? How many times have you seen your neighbours, all of your neighbours, right, struggle with take their shopping in, take their fucking groceries in, 15 bags in each arm, over carrying shit, cutting their fucking arm, their veins open with the plastic, right? As we all do, yeah? Because you don't carry fucking bags out of the boot into your fucking house?
No, I do. I use fabric ones and I carry like 2 big ones at a time.
You get what I'm saying. You know how we all fucking try and bring in as much as we can, right?
Yeah.
You bring in all your fucking shopping. There's fucking how many bags there are, depending on how many kids you have, right? Yeah. How many times have you seen your neighbours do it? Comment right now, people.
It's probably none.
We all eat every day. We all shop. Now, how many times you see a Woolworths truck? How many times you see a Coles truck?
Pretty often.
How's pretty often? How much is pretty often? Maybe one a day?
1 or 2 a day, yeah.
1 or 2 a day? How many people live in your street?
Yeah, but they go up, like they deliver to a lot of the people.
That truck can only hold so much food, bro. There is NPCs out there, and your neighbours, I believe, and this is just a funny theory that I run around with, is that I believe that there's not just one type of human. I believe we have NPCs. Everything from games, you play on games, that comes from imagination from humans. Think about that. It doesn't get created without our imagination. So AI might change that. But have you tried ChatGPT? We'll get on
Mate,
that.
I've been building business.
I can't be fucked. It's just so easy to use.
So ridiculous.
I know, it's stupid. So I sat there. Now, this is the true part. I said that to him. Everyone right now, I hope you've commented that you've never seen him because I know you haven't. You just won't see it, bro. It's fucking weird. Like, I know how much I struggle with the shopping, how little the fucking kids help, and how much I'm trying to carry. I'm always over carrying bags. I'm not organised like you. You seem like a very organised human. I'm not. I just grab the plastic bags and fucking 900 of them.
No, what I do I always put the bags back in the car, but like my fabric ones. But the thing is, I often forget to take them into the shop, so I just load the trolley, and then when I get to the car, I load them into the bags.
Oh, that's fucking genius, bro.
Yeah, that's what I figured
Life
out.
hack.
Yeah.
Fuck the bags, guys. Don't get bags. Throw it in your trolleys and have shit sitting. Just try to whack it in your boot. Just put a big garbage bag in there. That's
Nah,
excellent.
they'll rip. I bought the Aldi bags. They've got bars on them, so they can actually sit in your trolley, and it's pretty handy. So you can like have 4 laid
And
out.
they open up a little bit easier
and then
and
you
stuff.
just plop your shit in, and then you can empty. It's
Like a
fucking
manila
handy.
folder thing.
Yeah,
That's fucking
exactly.
dope.
They're really good.
Fuck yeah. Anyway, so you haven't seen your neighbours take shopping in, so that's fucked you up already.
Okay.
You can think about it all night. I hope you do. Just visualise in your head when you've seen people fucking lag fucking 20 bags of shopping in. Right? You haven't seen it. That'll spin you the fuck out the first time. Second thing, I said to him, now, we're sitting here and we're sitting at the entrance looking out at Cabinet, right at the edge, like looking out on the windowsill. I said, now look at all the humans. I said, watch them all. You can tell which ones are fully active in this world. And I said, you always find one. And I swear to God on this, and Yarika and Quaden will back me up because it fucking happened. I'll get the security cameras if we have to. I said, there's always fucking one NPC sitting in the fucking area, and they're watching you and they're listening and they're playing their role. They've like spawned in that area just for you to be there, right? Because it's got to fill the area.
The idea is that there has to be an observer for it to exist.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we look around, we're looking for it. Right in front of us, there's an old dude there, probably 70 years old, sitting there in a blue shirt, shorts, with his legs crossed, just staring straight ahead, not being a creep, just staring straight ahead, not moving, not on his phone, not reading, not doing anything. And I said, I literally, now he's looking, he can't see me. I'm looking at him, like I'm looking at you, but you're looking that way,
Yeah.
right? So and I'm over here, so I'm even further behind him. He cannot hear me, see me, or know that I'm fucking talking about him. I look at Quaid and I go, Quaid, I found him. And Yuraka goes, where? And I said, look over there, the old guy in the blue shirt. I look over, he still hasn't changed his position. Quaden looks over, he looks straight at Quaden like a fucking robot, bro. He fucking looked straight at Quaden like a robot, and he was staring at us, and then he stared at me. Literally, I got up to go get us another drink. I got up. As soon as I got up, Quaden and Yuraka both seen it. The second I went like this and put my hands down and put my feet up, he stood up the exact same time as me. I walked over to get a drink. He walked that way and disappeared. That was a fucking NPC, bro. Full-blown NPC.
That's cool.
Have you ever done that? Ever seen them? Have you ever seen an NPC? Because if I seen it today with witnesses.
I guess I have, but I would say I was on acid. And I saw a lot of NPCs, actually. Like, a lot. I ran into cops. They often give me a wink, which is really funny. Like, so, like...
Wait, when you're tripping?
Yeah, bro.
So
I ran into cops like 4 times tripping.
Hands on heart. Like I told you
said
before,
you've never had.
Yeah, but these guys don't know. I've never done drugs ever. I don't have a fucking clue. I've seen them, been involved with them, but they've never ingested. So you have to give me a sort of a...
I'll give you a bit of an understanding of acid.
Yep.
Acid heightens your senses to the highest level, right? Like
Which ones?
Your visual, your hear, everything. Everything is magnified. Your sight, your smell, your everything. You see reality as reality almost more than this. Like you see more detail than you'll ever see before.
So it's like being in 1080p or going to fucking 4K.
Even past 4K.
Or 8K.
Yeah. 20K.
20K,
like,
right.
It's like everything's high def. You can get into other visions as well. But the thing is, you start to see reality almost like a green screen in front of you, right? Like you can like walk through the matrix. You can see the matrix, like depending how cooked you get. So I've had where I've come out of gigs in the valley, and I'm like fucking going through a crowd of thousands of people, and like I can just walk straight through, and everyone just moves around me, bro. Like everyone. Like I know I'm a big dude, right? But the thing is,
that's not enough to make him
move. And most of the time when I'm sober, I'm like dodging, and you know, like you have to respect people. This, I'm like a sea of parting people, like fucking unreal. And then I was just sitting on a bench and some like 5 cops come past and like they see me there with my mate and like they just give me a wink. Like I don't know why. They just almost like a wink and nod. Like they know I'm fucking high as fucking tits. Like my eyes would be saucers, but the question is,
you're higher than astronaut pussy right now.
Yeah, bro. Like when you have acid, your like pupils are just discs. Like
what the fuck?
Massive. So you can tell, but like it was almost like an acknowledgement of like the system acknowledging me. It's like, we know. Don't worry.
The Matrix is like walking past, like they're the agents.
Yeah.
Wow,
yeah.
bro.
And they know.
To wink as well, that's creepy.
Yep. So...
cops don't wink at you.
Yeah. So some of the other things that I've had is like, there's these opportunities where you know you can make something happen if you choose to like follow that path.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's like a really split decision. You choose to do it, you do it. And suddenly like that action happens. And maybe that's an engagement with like an NPC or something like that. But in terms of like NPCs, like I've had just plenty of them like around me. Like I've taken really high doses of acid through Byron Bay. And that was fucking ridiculous. Will in a bit.
Come on, hit one.
Yeah,
it's been a minute. Let's get high.
So in general, like I've seen them around. I get the idea behind it.
Yep.
But the question is, are they really NPCs or are they people that are fulfilling a role within society? So, for example, the person who serves you at a bar is probably an NPC, right? Like in appearance, because they're acting out a process and a system. So it's pretty regimented, and that can feel very much like that.
No, because bartenders, NPCs can't interact with you. Right, and I'll tell you how. I forgot to I left out another trippy part of the story.
You reckon they can't interact with you?
They can't.
You don't reckon they can say hi, hello?
They have basic.
Can I take your order?
Think about GTA, right? Think about the NPCs walking around when you're playing. Ones that you just punch randomly and run over.
Yeah, but like the people that are serving you Like, food at a restaurant or...
No, required too much because they have a family. They have they're earning money. There's a complexity to being a staff member because that puts you in the real world. What doesn't put you in the real world is sitting on a bench staring into oblivion for no fucking reason, right? And then getting up at exactly the same time. But the trippy part was, you ready for this? Everything was closed, right? Most of the shops are closed because it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Like they open back up at fucking 5 p.m. Yeah. So we walk into I Love Italy, and I told you the whole rest of the story about that guy.
Yeah, yeah.
When we walked in there was one couple sitting there eating a cheese pizza. Right, I've got a videography memory. I told you I'm a Seminole, right? So through some trauma, I got forensically psychiatrist, and I was diagnosed as a Seminole.
Yeah.
High intelligence, high IQ. I've got super high IQ, which makes me fucking like Rain Man at times. And I literally fucking blew fucking Quaden in his mum's mind. We sat down. Now I think it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. How many restaurants are on Cavill Avenue, yeah? We sit down, there's one other couple eating a cheese pizza. By the time we get our fucking menu, right, which is about 10 minutes, because they give us a drink, right? We get the menu, and we start looking at it. I'm reading the menu, and I stop reading the menu, something just in my head said, look up. I look up, the restaurant's full. The restaurant's now full of fucking people. There was one table taken.
Yeah.
And from me getting my menu and reading it, yeah, okay, I'm baked, right? Everyone's going to say, you just fucking baked Irish. Yeah, so I'm baked, Quaden's not, and nor is his mum, right? They look up and go, what the fuck? One, they walked in without making a fucking noise and disturbing us, and we're right at the entryway. 2, we didn't see him, none of us. And 3, we're just talking about the NPC that just walked off. So I am absolutely a believer that we are in a matrix. Do you believe that?
Matrix of sorts, so sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe a simulation.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, sorry. We are 100% in a simulation. There is no doubt in my mind because manifestation. If you play your life as a video game,
it plays out pretty well.
That's what I do. I play my life as a video game.
That's kind of what I try to do. I look at it all as like a bit of stat gain, quests, side quests, you know. And I think that's one of the things that helped me move on in my like career as an entrepreneur, I suppose.
Yeah.
I gave up the video games. Like I've been playing them a little bit more lately, but I play maybe like 3-4 hours of video games a week, and I play maybe 10 hours of chess. I love chess.
Is that what? Yeah. So when we were pushing back we pushed back the interview because one, I wanted to get baked and I was coming back from the Gold Coast, which I was quite happy about. And then he wanted you were gaming. What were you gaming, PC or? Console?
Yeah, I was playing Dota. I only play
Dota.
one game.
Yep.
I'm a Dota nerd.
What's Dota?
Dota is a MOBA. Do you know what League of Legends is?
I know League of Legends. It's like
it's like a 5 vs 5 sort of thing. Yeah, Dota is the original game. And then they created Dota 2. Basically, it was originally a mod for Warcraft 3 made by Blizzard.
That's a fantasy warplay or something.
Yeah, it's like elves, warlocks, like all sorts of things. It's basically 110, 20 different heroes. You can pick one. Everyone can pick one. And then it's a 5 vs 5 tower defense, and you're trying to get to their base. Super strategic. World championships for it. The prize pool was like $42 million.
Really?
Yeah, top team took like 20-something million dollars.
Yeah. What the hell?
Yeah, bro. This is like the most paid esport in the world.
That's insane. You wouldn't even hear about it. You know what I mean? That's the crazy part.
It's people who follow esports know Dota, but it is very much a game of like, it's a drug addict game is how I call it. Like once you play, it's cracky. Like you don't play anything else.
I'm going to shout out Steve Booser GS right now. He does reviews from Philadelphia. I guarantee you that motherfucker plays it. Steve, if you hear this, I'm going to hit you up afterwards. You know what? I'm going to send him a voice message right now because we're not on camera. While we keep talking, I'm going to say, do you play Dota? What is it?
Dota, DOTA.
Hang on, one sec. Steve.
I'm a huge Dota nerd. Like,
hey broski, I'm just doing a podcast, so you're live on there. Shout out Steve Booser GS. Check him out on YouTube. He's a reactor with the fucking best haircut in the world. Do you play a game? I know you play those fantasy games, and we're talking about gaming at the moment. What is it?
Dota.
DOTA. Do you play Dota? There we go. We'll find out. I reckon he's like you. Yeah, go on. Anyway.
That's the only real game I play. I used to be a big Counter-Strike player. Love that. But
because you said to me, have I got time for one more game?
Yeah, so I was playing with my boys. We had a 4 stack, so there was 4 of us playing in one team.
Yep.
And then we picked up one random. and we had a good time.
Yeah. And so what the game goes sort of like all the other games. You
Yeah.
die and then it's over and you
you keep coming back. It's basically till you destroy their central tower. And that game we played turbo. That's normally 20 to 30 minutes. But if you're playing like a normal game, that's anywhere from like 30 to 60, 70 minutes, depending.
Yep. You don't muck around.
Can go longer.
You don't muck around in any other games like Warzone or
Nope.
fucking
Nah.
Fortnite or anything?
I've played a lot of them and I just find them all trash.
Yeah.
A lot of them are all the same game, reskinned again and again and again. I've played those games to death before when I was younger.
Yep.
Now I'm just like over it. Dota, the reason I really like it, because there's 100 characters, there's heaps of items in the game. It's a strategic game. So it's all about understanding how to counter and play as a team. It's super cooperative.
Yep.
And it's a very balanced game. It's not like something's just too stupidly strong. There are things that are sometimes, but it gets fixed eventually.
Have you ever heard of a game called Talisman?
That rings a bell, yeah.
So I'm a bit of a closet games nerd, right?
Yeah.
Introduced to it from a couple of friend of mine, and I love this game called Talisman. So you have to check it out one day. I love you. We're sitting on here by the poker table, by the way.
Yeah.
There's no cameras. I've got to keep updating people. It's a fucking mad setup. Friendly Aussie Buds. He's a fucking cool dude.
I saw Friendly Geordies have a poker table for his podcast, and I was like, oh, that makes sense because it's nice to be in a round circle, good for the arms to rest on. And I found this on Marketplace for $100 at a boxing gym.
So would you be surprised if I told you I used to be a semi-professional poker
Nah,
player?
you've told me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I told you my dad's a professional gambler that's built
right.
roulette computers.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a pot limit Omaha, so I play Texas Hold'em. It's just boring.
Yeah.
It's so fucking mundane. But pot limit Omaha. It's 4 cards instead of 2. You must use 2 cards. So if there's 3 queens on the board,
you must use 2.
And say it's queen, 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 2, 7, and you've got 2, 7 in your hand. So you've got 2, 7, ace, king. You don't have a full house. Because you've got to use 2 of your cards. So there's 3 queens. Yeah. Your best hand at that moment is 3 queens, ace, king. Yep. So pot limit home is a bit different, and you can only bet the pot, so you can't push all in. Yeah. It's the biggest swing game in the thing, and once you learn that,
that's cool.
Yeah.
I used to love poker, still do. Like it's a great game. But I got so into Texas Hold'em when they used to show that on Channel 10, World Poker Series.
Yeah, World Series.
But I was like in grade 6, bro. So I was watching poker like from grade 6 to about grade 10. I was like heavy into it. Me and like my friends would play and it's like we're like literally in grade 7 and 8 playing poker, thinking we're like a raise.
Fucking oath.
And
did you ever play online?
Yeah, I used to play online, and I used to bot. Poker Stars, loved it.
Yeah.
I used to bot for a while, so I had like 24 games running at once. Really basic strategy, only going in on odds, like purely odds.
Or using Pocket Ninja or something. Did you have some kind of program?
I forgot what it was called. I was paying like $150 a month for it.
That sounds like Pocket Ninja.
Yeah, it might be.
Is it where it had you could have multiple screens and you just run off one button and it could control?
Yeah.
It'd be fold or call, fold or call. Yeah.
And it was making like $40 a day. It was all right.
Did I show you? Do you
and
know
you play
smalls,
players? Huh?
Do you know any big poker players?
Nah, I'm not like big on poker. Like,
no, do you know any of the players? Like, do you know any big names?
Not anymore. Like, that was all when I was a kid. I would know him.
Yeah, Daniel Negreanu.
Nah.
Kid poker.
Maybe.
He's still up there now. I got a photo of him. We hung out in Australia. He wrote a fucking blog on me, the cunt. Because he loved me, because I used to wear a cunt all the time. Yeah. You know what I mean? Cool. If you don't know me by now, it's Irish. I got Irish fucking Tourette's. I love saying the word cunt.
Yeah, I like the word cunt. It's a good word.
They got, you know what? I got the whole world over it. In America,
they'd be a little offended, wouldn't they?
No. Well, one time when I got fucking whole shopping centre stopped and turned at me like children of the corn when I said cunt. But I actually was hanging out, like the chicks in particular I was hanging out with, they were fucking so cool, but they're so offended by it, and I was told by all the boys, be careful using that, bro. You like the fucking, there's this Me Too movement and all this crazy stuff. Be careful. I'm like,
nah, I can't.
Cunt. I'm cunt. Listen, I've done this my whole life. It's like telling me to quit Vegemite. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Right? I'm hanging out with these fucking guys, girls, everyone. I'm like, oi, what up, you fucking, you sick cunt. Like, they come up and like, I fucking love when you say that. Like, how can you get away with saying that? I'm like, say what? I'm like, cunt. I'm like, what do you mean? I'm a sick cunt. You're a fucking mad cunt. You're an awesome cunt. And if fucking anyone fucks with us, they're going to get their cunts kicked in.
Yeah.
They're just like, that's the coolest shit ever. So I've got the green
You just
pass.
own it.
I've got the green pass. I've got the green pass to say cunt at poker tables in front of, like, I try not to say it in front of women. I'm not a fucking, like, a ruthless pig, but I am very fucking entertaining at times, like with my animate. You see the way I am.
Of course.
And I don't have any intentions or meaning or harm behind anything I say. I'm actually taking the piss out of myself.
Yeah, I get
You know
that.
what I
It's a troll for just the laugh. Like, you're really just trying to have a laugh at, like,
have a
your own
laugh
expense.
at me, with me, alongside me, at me later, whatever. As long as you're laughing, I'll fucking
It's
say
a good
anything.
time. Yeah, I get that. Don't worry. That's my bread and butter as well. I think it's just like, don't take it that personally. Like, it's just a joke.
Yeah, exactly. And then now that I did that, like, I can't wait to go back to America a second time because I got by the end of it, you know, like most people go, when I walk in a room now, it's like, literally I don't say much because I know what's coming. It's like, it's your boy Irish. Everyone else calls it out now, right? So they do my intro. But when I was in America, by the end of the trip, it was like, oh, you got to meet my boy Irish. He says cunt a lot. That's how they introduced me in the end. It was fucking funny. I got introduced to fucking Corrupt and Exhibit. And I'm like, hey, you mad cunt, fucking mad show. They're all looking at me like, did he just call fucking Exhibit a cunt? Like, did he just call Corrupt a cunt? I'm like giving a back tap, like, fuck COVID. I'm smoking bongs with everyone there with Uncle Emo, Snoop Dogg's uncle. Fuck, I don't give a fuck.
That's cool.
Anyway, we're on baked. Are you baked?
I'm pretty baked.
We're sitting here, like, I love this interview, by the way. It's fucking been hectic.
Yeah, it's just fun.
It's good.
I
What's
guess,
next?
Where do we go here?
Good question. We go another bong?
No, not yet for me.
We're not even halfway through the chop yet.
You chopped up so much.
What do you reckon that was? How many grams do you reckon that was?
4 or 5?
Yeah, I was going to say that. 4 or 5 grams.
Yeah, it's a fair
I
bit of
smoked
fucking chop.
I smoked about 1.5 too.
Bro, like, I smoke like a half gram a day.
Oh, mate, you're gonna struggle around me.
Maybe a little more.
With all your bullshit with the police and these, and by the way, leave him alone, man. It's fucking weak. Go fucking leave him alone.
They've left me alone now.
Yeah, good. So they fucking should, because you know what? They got more demons in the closet than anything. That's why I say.
See, I go through phases, right? Like, there's times where I'll just smoke blunts and joints, and I go through, and then I go through months where I'll just smoke bongs for fucking nonstop. But since I got the Coroma, the vape bong thing, and then this one, I just haven't gone back to that kind of stuff. And I'm like, I love using less weed. I feel like I get just as high. And
now you sound like I am a proper woke now. I smoke a shisha. I smoke it out of a shisha.
I'll show you my shisha downstairs.
I smoke a lesa. I smoke a beta.
Actually, here's a good one. Do you know what my gateway drug
I don't know why I
was?
made you Italian when you're fucking Croatian.
It's close enough.
Fucking.
My
I got to save my weed. Fucking.
I'm half Serbian, half Croatian. I wake up every morning and want to kill myself. Fucking.
Shout out the fucking Wog Boy. Did you watch the new one?
Yeah, I did. I went to the cinema, bro. There was
Bit
like heaps of
disappointing,
people. I loved it. I thought it was funny.
I didn't.
No, I thought it was fucking hilarious.
I thought it was try hard, unfortunately.
It was, because it was joke. But to be honest, I was like, I haven't had a comedy movie make me laugh that hard in so long in a cinema.
Yeah, fair
Like,
call.
think about it, bro. They don't make comedies anymore. They don't. It's always like TV
horrors.
now.
What the fuck? I'm so glad you said that.
Yeah, if you want to look at like the movie industry, it's gone to shit because it's all franchise driven now. It needs to be something that guarantees to make like $1 billion in box office. So it's always like the Marvels and like the big superheroes, the Fast and the Furious, or the franchise of something like that's happened already. Mission Impossible 88. Like,
If I get Back to the Future 947.
well, they haven't actually gone back to it, which is nice.
No, we need another Back to the Future.
Nah, I'm okay. Leave it as it is. Leave it as it is.
Marty McFly.
The problem is,
shout out Michael J. Fox.
Yeah, shaky boy.
Yeah,
like that's Parkinson's.
Bro, it's so sad to see like one of my childhood idols just be in that position. And they still try, and Doc Emmett Brown's doing better than him. You know what I mean? Like, I'd love to see a fourth one where Marty's like, just bring in fucking Michael J. Fox and leave him as he's and shaken. You know what I mean? Let's see him out and fucking give his kids the fucking DeLorean. Like, let's pass it.
Yeah,
down.
pass it on. Maybe he's not in the whole movie. Maybe it's like
like make him the parent now and really because when he was remember in the future one in this part 2 in the future, so he's really old anyway. Like they could maybe
they can just play
a little
into
bit
it.
further on from that where he's upside
Reality's been flipped though.
Yeah.
Like reality is not what it was meant to become. Like something
Exactly.
happened, something was left behind. They make another,
Exactly.
and the kids have to go back and fix it to get the old reality. I don't know, something like
It would
that.
be amazing because I think they owe homage to that. There's so many. Hey, you're talking about. We'll go back to what we're talking about with the movies.
I watched
but
some good movies recently though.
What about Goonies?
Goonies, great movie. I only watched that a few years back though.
It's a ritual for me after watching.
Yeah, it's a goodie. You know what I saw recently? I saw Avatar 2. Holy fuck, incredible. Did you see it?
Okay, I haven't been, but I've been waiting to get edibles. So I get my magic butter machine
And fucking smash it.
I've been waiting to put my
That's
edibles
it.
together with my medicine.
Watch it in 3D. Man, it was
in
an
3D?
experience. Yeah, it's in 3D.
Fuck off.
Yeah, you got to go watch it while it's still in 3D.
No.
Yeah. If you're in Brizzy and you want a good spot to go, you can go to Sunnybank. It's the Asian district in Brizzy. Like, it's all Asian restaurants. So some of the best food you'll eat in Brizzy is there. And they have a cinema. It's a Hoyts. And it's all recliners. And you can get the big screen there.
Yep.
Every cinema is a recliner, though. You're guaranteed a recliner. So it's just sick. It's
that's
not like
mad.
gold class. And it's only like fucking $28.
Yeah, we've got the same down home. All of our Hoyts have recliners.
We only have 2 Hoyts here. Actually, you guys have heaps of Hoyts down there.
Yeah, all of ours have recliners.
It's
where
so good. It's now worth going to the cinema.
Yeah, it's worth it because it's not fucking on anymore.
And it's nice to just focus on one thing. I miss the cinema. Right?
I do too. Do you think it's weird to go to the cinema by yourself?
Nah.
Go to the movies by yourself?
Nah, if there's a movie you really want to see and you like, fuck no.
It's something I don't know why it's happened. Not because I'm a loner or I haven't got friends. I've got fucking plenty. But I watched Back to the Future as a kid by myself in Nowra. I was young, and then I watched all the Matrixes by myself.
Nice.
At the movies here in Penrith.
Oh, I'll give you a glitch in the Matrix.
Okay.
At the Matrix. So when I was in
Glitch in
grade...
the Matrix at the Matrix?
Yeah. So when I was in like grade...
Oh, okay, good job.
5 or 6, right?
Fuck, you had me thinking deep down the rabbit hole what you said then.
I forgot which Matrix movie it was. I think it was the third one. I think it was the War of the Machines.
Yep.
Right? I was still in primary school. I went with my friends after school to go watch it. We were so pumped, right? We watched it. Then, when I woke up, Irish doesn't like the booch. I love the booch. He hates it. All right. But, so we watched the movie. It ended.
Yep.
And I lived just across the street from the cinemas. I literally lived at Pacific Fair down the Gold Coast, like across the street from it. I get up from my seat and I turn my head and there was some dude sitting next to us, like maybe one seat over. But the seat next to me just had 2 tickets to see The Matrix again at 6:30 or like 7:30 or some shit. Like exactly like a bit
What
after
the
the
fuck?
showing I just saw. So I grabbed those tickets. I call my dad from a payphone back then, right? And I'm like, do you want to come see the third Matrix movie? I just found 2 tickets. And so he does, and we watch it. I actually fell asleep towards the end of it. I was quite young, and I was tired,
yeah.
and I've already just watched it, 3-hour movie or however long. But like, what the fuck? Why were these tickets there? Like, that's like the weirdest little glitch I've ever had. Like a literal Matrix glitch while watching the Matrix.
Dude, that's weird.
Yeah.
That's fucking weird, bro. See, we are in a simulation. We are. I'm glad you grabbed that. I was like, is this guy gonna eat one soon? Yeah, I'll smash the whole packet.
They're so good.
Have you been eating them?
I've had like 2.
Oh, good. So I haven't fucking just picked out on all of them.
No.
Fuck. Shout out to
You love your shout outs, don't you?
yeah, because if it tastes good and we're stoners, we're gonna tell everyone. Extreme sour straps by someone. They're fucking delicious in blue raspberry flavour. Yeah, we are in a simulation, and I'd like people to test the simulation more. That's what they should do.
See, this is the thing that I kind of learned through a lot of acid is I saw the simulation and I saw that we can become whoever we want to become. Right? We can play the character that we want to play in this world. When I look at actors in movies and stuff, why do we have so much celebrity status for an actor? Why do we respect them so much? Is it because we see him in a movie? To me, I think part of the reason is it's one, a lot of envy that they can portray anyone they want to be. In theory, if someone is an incredibly good actor, they could become the role that they're performing. They could become a doctor, for example. If they were like an incredibly like determined, wanting to like study all that. That's what I see with a lot of really high-end quality actors. They can shapeshift into anything. So if you think about it, it's like that's
Will Ferrell going into like Step Brothers into singing on Broadway. Yep.
Yeah, right. But the thing is, they can do that. Where's the envy? It means that means they can become whoever they want to be. Doesn't matter. And I think that's something we all would aspire to be, right? But there's so many mental blocks that people have to do that because of judgments from people, parents, family, friends, partners, doesn't matter. People have judgments of just society as a whole. So they put themselves in boxes. It's like, oh, I'm a tradie because I was told I had to be a tradie. You know, like people put that sort of persona on. They put those labels on themselves and that creates their character. But the reality is we're all just kind of plain avatars that have chosen what characteristics we put on ourselves. Whether it's the things we buy, whether it's the values we have, we just assemble our character.
Yep.
So for me, if you're wanting to talk about like testing the matrix, it's like if you believe the matrix is allowing you to create your character, it's like, well, create the character you want to be. So that's how you test the matrix, you know. So
you believe you control your own system?
I believe I control my actions towards my own system in a sense. It's like,
Copy that.
how would I put it? It's like I can control what I can do, right? And what I can envision and try and create. But I don't think I can control outcome. I think outcome is something that comes through like, how would I put it? You can try again and then get a better outcome. It's just an iteration, right? You'll always get outcome, but it's not always the outcome you expect or want.
Yep.
Or it can be over, you know, like it's not over under, but I think a lot of the time outcome is never what you expect ever. I think it's always wrong. I think your outcome is always wrong. No matter what you think you're doing, it's always wrong.
It's always wrong.
Yeah.
That's why when you finish the journey, you realise the best part of the fucking whole thing was the journey.
Yeah.
And the stress. I'll tell you my theory on simulation. You ready? I believe that God is multi-layered, right? So I start with God in a non-religious way.
So do I.
Okay, so I don't, as I said, I was adopted by Turkish Muslims, and I love like a salam alaikum to all my Muslim brothers and sisters.
I used to
in my
teach
family.
at a Islamic school.
Oh, really?
I used to be a high school teacher.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. That's one of those weird facts.
That's awesome, bro. That's the fact that you can diversify and do that is cool anyway, because...
Oh, I got kicked out of teaching.
Oh, fuck.
Hoodlum, bro. Like, fucking don't
Yeah,
let me
of
teach
course.
kids.
That's,
Like,
yeah, we probably shouldn't be... I shouldn't be teaching kids.
I should not be. I should not have been teaching kids. It was
least you
good.
tried. That's amazing.
I didn't even last a year.
Really?
Nah.
At least you tried. At least
Yeah.
you fucking got there. Fuck me. I couldn't even do that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I don't like what, you know, they have the Quran and it's a beautiful book for them, and the way it's been explained to me was, you know, it's not a religious book, it's shit that's happened, you know what I mean, and it's a guideline to live a better life, right? And it's your choice to fucking do it, and if you don't, it's telling you what's going to happen. Okay, so that's a good way to put things. It's so religious in the way they practice it. I love it, but in the way that my family explained it to me was so simple and beautiful that made me respect it, and the way they treated me as a human made me believe it, but not in the religious sense. You know, for me, I just believe that there is one God, and I believe that our God, your God, my God, and I'm talking to all the people here, all your religion. I think we all just have one God, you know, and I think that God is multi-layered. So hypothetically, I think we are, if you want to call, and my version of God, because I just want to simplify, it's just God, right? I'm doing inverted brackets in the air here. You know, you might say it's my creator. It's my spiritual, it's whatever the fuck it is, right? For me, I just say God. So I believe God's up there, and if you don't believe in God, and if you're down now, all you have to do right now at night time, or when it's night time, just walk outside, look up in the sky, and look at everything that's out there. Something fucking amazing created that, bro. You got to think it's not just a big bang. It's something crazy happened there.
Do you know how I think about the Big Bang?
Right? I'll quickly finish this and then tell me.
You go.
So God is multi-layered. So he's that, whatever you believe in your fashion of God, that's true and that's real, and you have a personal relationship. Your God, my God, all the same God, but I've got a one-on-one, you've got a one-on-one. I can challenge God with whatever I want, you can do the same thing. But below that, I believe, is the simulation, where, like the simulation, like The Sims, we have an architect who's designing our life within the parameters of what they got to work with.
Did you watch The Good Place?
No.
Watch that on Netflix. It's exactly that idea.
Really?
You'll love it. It's one of the best sitcoms I've ever watched.
What is it?
The Good Place.
The Good Place. No, I haven't even heard of it.
Yeah, just us that.
Where do you watch it on? Like
Netflix.
It's on Netflix?
Yeah, it's a Netflix show. It's fucking awesome.
Who's in it?
what's her name? You know, the chick who was in Forgetting Sarah Marshall? The chick who is Sarah Marshall?
Oh, fuck. I can't stand her. Kristen.
Yeah, Kristen.
I can't stand her.
Oh, man, she's so good in this,
I can't
though.
stand her. No, that's why I haven't watched it. I can't. Listen, I love her to death. She's been quite funny in a couple of movies. And this, oh, God, please don't fucking think I'm a feminist or a fucking, what do you call it, a misogynist or anything like that. I respect a woman that doesn't want to do anything non-sexual and all that kind of stuff, blah, blah, blah. But to come out and put the folks down and say, like, oh, I will not get my tits out on camera, you know, and that's never happened. If you know about this about her? She won't get them out. And that's, I fucking fully respect it. I fully respect that decision.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of like, we don't even need to hear it. Just don't do it. You know, just don't get them out. And
I understand. You don't need to make it a statement.
Because as soon as you make it a statement, it puts like a, what do I feel now? What do I want to see it? You know, like I love her as an actor. Just act and just do your thing and don't take
put
off.
that aside. That's fine.
Yeah.
Watch The Good Place.
It's going to be hard if she's.
Trust me.
She's not the main character, is she?
She's one of 5.
Oh, crap.
She is kind of the main, but you got to watch it. It's such a trust me.
What's it about?
It's about her being dead and being in heaven, and there is an architect of it, but she's not meant to belong there.
Is it?
She's a terrible person, and it basically
is it God or Jesus or
there's kind of like an architect, kind of like a God sort of thing.
But is it a Bible?
I don't want to give too much to spoil. No, it's about learning values and philosophies and things like that. It's really deep. Really deep content, like understanding like why things are the way they are. You know, like it goes into a lot of really like Freudian stuff.
For you, I'm gonna watch. Because I'll tell you something. I hate Game of Thrones.
I hate Game of Thrones.
Right? In the first 30 seconds of that fucking cunt of a show, they killed a dog.
Yeah, dogs.
And the king let it happen, and it broke the little girl's heart. Right? Fuck that show to the moon and back. Right? You don't fucking kill dogs in the first 30 seconds and expect a cunt like me to sit around. I love fucking dogs. Actually love dogs more. I love humans, right?
I get that.
As soon as I seen that, I wanted to burn that fucking script into the ground. I want that show to die. I fucking hate that show.
That's all right. But your God theory.
Oh, yeah, back to it. So
now you've got the architect.
Now you've got the architect. Now, I believe that we have a relationship with God who ultimately who's in control of our spirit and our well-being and what we are as humans, as whether we're good or bad. I believe the architect gives us the platform to perform either one. So therefore you get a certain allotment, and that allotment grows based on leveling up and its small side quests and achievements.
But the thing is, where does that fall undone with the idea of people who do bad things but get a lot?
Sorry, say that again?
Where does that sit with people who do a lot of heinous and bad things but actually receive a lot for those things?
So that the same theory applies. So if you look at the game theory and you play it as a simulation, you can run a whole game as a criminal, e.g. GTA, and not die at the end and be very rich. So you can, like I said...
So you have choice of...
Absolutely. You'll get the only thing you're given as a human, if this simulation that I this simulation theory that I am looking at is somewhat true, I believe the only thing you were given was free will. Right? Because free will will determine that instead of given 9 lives, right? So think about it. In games, you get lives.
Do you not think maybe you have died? You know those times where you said you got stabbed? Do you think maybe that was a point you died, but you just don't get to witness that and you just restart automatically?
It's scary you say that because I've always wondered it.
I've wondered that too. I feel like it's true. There's a few times I had like nearly a car accident. It was like my head should have been here. I should have died.
I stepped out. I stepped out on a highway. To try and kill myself. I just had my headphones on and my hoodie on, and I was looking. There was just cars everywhere as I was walking up the road, and I walked, put my head down, and I said goodbye, and I just walked out. And I could see the white lights of all the cars, and I walked straight across the road. There was fucking no cars when I looked up, bro. It fucking scared the fuck out of me. And that there made me think, did I just die? Am I now in another realm where this version I crossed the road?
That version of you maybe just died?
Yeah, I thought that. That's exactly, I try not to think about that too much, but it's good. Yeah, no, I don't try not to think about it. I don't think about it too much. But yeah, I have thought that a lot. It's quite a...
My God theory is pretty similar to yours.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty close. I like to think that we're all just the one entity. Like God is all of us.
Yep.
And the reason that we exist is because God is existence itself. Like it's the ability to know you exist.
Yep.
And I because I'm a nerd, I look at like, well, if I know I can exist, it also means I know I can not exist. Mm-hmm. Because you'd have to know you exist, you have to know that you could not exist, right? So I think that's where like light and dark come in. So that's like, I look a lot at like binary 1 and 0, like on and off. So I, not that we are in necessarily a binary universe. I think there's other options, but the idea is, I think when you think about kids that are alone, right? They have no friends. Maybe they've just got, a lot of neglect going on in their life. Do they create imaginary friends, and talk to people?
Yes.
Right. Why? Because it's like to deal with the loneliness. So if you're something that can exist and you understand that you're present, I feel like you'd create imaginary friends. So for me, I think existence and like God and stuff like that comes from the idea of wanting to experience yourself because there's nothing else to do. And I think this is where it starts to divide itself. And then all of our lives, I think, are ideas. So when you're talking about the Big Bang, what I believe the Big Bang is, I think it's actually a thought. It's the thought of an idea or a multiple of ideas, like maybe ideas on a higher level than what we can process, but it's an experiment of an idea, basically. So I think that's the Big Bang. And then when we look at like the idea of multiverse theory with the universe just ever expanding, what if that's just continual ideas? What if each new star is a new idea, right? And that's why it just keeps going on and on and on and on and on and on, right? And those are ideas that are just placed out there. Those are just thoughts.
That's great. It's funny you think of it that way, because I've said I struggle with death. And I found peace in death knowing, I say knowing, so that's how I found my peace. It's my thought, is that, how you said, what if everyone's thought? I said, how there's a star born every second? So we live at some point in the future and the past, with the Big Bang. So there was something, like there's bigger planets and older planets out that way, and then there's younger planets being born every second before us, right? I always said, I always believe that everyone wants to be a star. It goes right back to what you're saying, how we envy who they are because we want to be like them. What if everyone's born? What if everyone is a star?
Everyone is a star, bro. That's where we come from.
And what happens if you die? Because they say energy can't die.
Yeah.
Energy can't disperse.
It just goes back into the...
We're a carbon fiber being, right? But the energy...
Yeah, it just goes back into the universe, bro. Like, you just keep being reborn. So that's what gave me solace.
So what if that every time you died, well, the first time you die here, this is your first life, you die, and then you come back as a star. You're born as another neutron, and you come back as a star. Now think about this. Why would that make sense? If you think like a human biological level, wouldn't make sense. But if you think of it like orbit, how planets, see how we have Mars, Jupiter, Uranus, and we have this circling the sun. What if that there is a planetary, they call it a planetary body, a solar system. What if that's your family? What about when you die? So the father of the family, he dies, he becomes the sun. And then your mother dies and she becomes the moon. And then your brother dies and he becomes Jupiter. And your sister dies, she becomes Uranus. And then in your next life, your planets, because we feel this energy like this the planet feels our energy. So this is a real life person one day. And then now they orbit each other, right? Because when you're with your family, the ones you love, you stay around them. Think about it.
Right.
So we're around, if we were planets in our next life, and we're all stars, because all planets are stars. So everybody's born a star, everyone dies a star, and everyone's reborn as a star.
I don't think all planets are stars, though.
All planets are,
I guess they kind of look like stars.
You know what I mean.
Yeah,
I'm generalising in the fact that I'm not Neil deGrasse Tyson, but they're stars. They're stars to us when we look at them, and that's what you see on the TV. So when you look up and you see a star there, that's someone who's passed, and they're a star now, an actual star, and they've got multiple of their family members orbiting now for millions of years. We worry about, say, our short life. Like, we don't want to die young. We don't want to lose our loved ones. This life's only worth 100, 150 years if you're a fucking genius. But out there, the next one, if you all become planets,
we're here for billions.
What if that's more just a memento and then you're just reborn here, though? I have a feeling...
That would be dope.
Because I believe we come back. I believe we fully come back. I think, like the Hindu religion comes into that idea and Buddhism comes into that. And I think, why does that exist? Because it's like, if we can imagine it, it can probably be true. So whether you choose to come back, maybe that's the thing. I kind of like to think we all come here with like trials and tribulations of past lives where we're trying to fix things of the past, similar problems where it's like, why didn't we do it? And it's just a continuation of that kind of cycle. And I think that's where like family trauma and that sort of stuff comes through. That's really interesting where, the kids are now experiencing it. It's like, what if that is actually like when you have kids, what if that is actually just you? Like, but you're just not experiencing that version of yourself.
A version of yourself, yeah, because
right?
you're not conscious of it.
Yeah. So that's one of the things that I've always wondered is it's like, if time doesn't exist, which is what the science says, right? We created time to make sense of things. Time is just us counting how fast the universe is basically expanding from like Big Bang point. But if we look at time not existing, well, then everything's existing at the same time. Yes. So is everything just imagining itself? Creating itself? Is it just jumping through and we're just living through all of these realities?
Oh my God.
If you're thinking about the architect idea, what if that's just you playing The Sims, but you're going into the thing,
into the game,
and you're just choosing which character you've gone into.
Almost like a Total Recall set,
right? And maybe there's certain difficulties where you're doing a chain of events. Like this is the struggle you have to do to become a particular type of leader. I don't know. Like,
would you be more annoyed if you woke up? If you passed away and you woke up in a fucking like Matrix fucking box full of liquid and you wake up all of a sudden you're back in the thing, would you be more annoyed at that or going out peacefully and just that's it? There's nothing else, just blackness.
No, I'd like to be able to come back.
So you'd be okay to wake up in the Matrix, like outside of the Matrix in this fucking
well, it depends
gel box?
if it is that.
I'm just saying if that's what it was. If it was a gel box with fucking, you've been in a fucking simulation this whole time.
I'd probably rather die peacefully.
Yeah.
But I don't think, I don't buy that I'm in like a negative matrix. I don't buy that I'm in a negative matrix. Like, I think the world's pretty good. I don't really buy like the sadness that's portrayed to me. Like, I think it exists. Don't get me wrong. Like, there's a lot of sad shit going on in the world, and I think there's a lot of people doing a lot of bad things, and they could be doing better. But I think by and large, people are good. Like, because
is Andrew Tate good?
No.
Why?
I think you can't go out there saying you do these terrible things to women. Like, he has pretty much on record said like how he entraps women to fucking become his like webcam whores, makes them fall in love with him and all that sort of shit. It's like, you can't fucking do that. Like, I don't think that's okay.
I don't think so either.
But the thing that I think people get with Andrew Tate, they're like, well, there's some things he says that's true, right? Like, that I agree with. It's like, fucking everyone has something.
Everyone, yeah, that's right. We all
it's like, who gives a fuck? But the motherfucker, to me, he was talking about like his Hustlers University. I looked at it. I went and watched videos of people showing. It's rubbish.
It's trash.
It's rubbish, right? It's nothing you can't find online for free. But maybe there's community building and stuff.
No, there's not. That's what that maybe is a sales pitch.
Maybe
Maybe I'll meet him. Maybe I'll meet him.
It wasn't too pricey, so I actually respected it enough. I was like, fuck it, that's a scam you can run. I don't care. Do it.
He's a genius.
He's a smart dude.
And you
the marketing strategy, everything he's done is great. But do I think he's done heinous things? Absolutely. Have you heard the recorded calls of what he was saying to like women? Like, you're my bitch, I will strangle you. Like, fucking all this. It's like, you can't like, I don't know. It's just too much for me to be like, you're a good person. Like, you're clearly not. Like,
look, the guy. You got to look at to see. I'm not defending him. I'm not defending him at all. He's his own man. He stepped into this world. He can fucking step into it and deal with it in his own fucking record. In my opinion, means fuck all.
That's it.
But that man is a kickboxer, right? Professional kickboxer.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I've got boys that train like EFG before it goes down. Some guys have gone over to Thailand, like the guys with Matt tonight, Lala's boyfriend, Matty. He's a kickboxer. These motherfuckers are built different. They get punched in the head for a living. They get kicked in the fucking head, right? They're a different fucking breed. They're savage animals, right?
and they're fucking ruthless, and they will tear you apart like a wild bear. Now, yeah, that's a very masculine, testosterone-driven, physical game. Now, if you're that type of person, you can't expect that guy not to be fucking that kind of behaved outside of that world. You cannot just say to him, oh, because no. He fucking he showed his colours that he's a kickboxer. If you know someone can fight, if you know that guy can fucking punch on like the demon, and you can't, you are not going to go up to him and pick a fight. You're not going to do it, no matter how drunk you are. Andrew Tate, he is a gimmick, right? And people have forgotten that. When I do, it's your boy Irish, aka Medicated TV, that's a gimmick.
Well,
right?
the thing is,
but it's real because everyone knows
when you've
me.
got evidence coming out against him, like it's hard to kind of.
It's not about the evidence. I'm not saying he's a good guy or he's innocent. What I'm saying is that look at the world he comes from. He doesn't come from a world.
100, and I can understand that.
Yeah.
But you were originally saying we all have free will.
Yes.
So, to do those kinds of actions, if you choose to, you can face the consequences.
Absolutely.
Something I get really shitty with, particularly with the right wing and a lot of these talking points that come up and they talk about freedom of speech.
Yep.
They're like, oh, I can't fucking say anything I want to say. It's like, yes, you can. You do it all the time. The thing that you don't like is that there's consequences to what you say.
That's exactly right.
And I don't understand where people get that misconstrued. You say the wrong thing, people can drop you for whatever. Like, you can say what you want. You just don't have to be platformed. I'm sorry. It's just
if you want to be on the platform,
play by the rules. I'm sorry.
Play by the rules because we didn't set them, and you think everyone thinks they're going to change them. Like, I got dirty. I lost fucking at the big account, the big TikTok account. I lost the million there. Yeah. I lost the fucking keep medicinal at 15,000 with Crazy Bone following me, fucking Tommy Chong following me, Cheech Chong. Like, I had all the fucking things. Can't get it back. Mate, I didn't play by the rules. I was smoking weed. I was doing everything wrong in their policy at that time. Mate, I should have known better.
That's it.
If you're a good fucking creator,
doesn't matter.
This is the best part. And if you go look at my account, and I say this to everyone, look at my account. I had 15,000 on keeping medicinal. If I was an insecure cunt, you'd see 15,000 right now on my fucking new account. All fake. Instead, you see, I think I got 3,500 or something.
Yeah.
100% real.
Yeah.
Because I'm down for the grind. I'm built for the grind.
Same.
And the real creators, the real people, they get through that. Andrew Tate won't get through that because he doesn't know the grind. He doesn't know what it's like to be in our position.
I think he kind of knows the grind a little bit, but what he had is such an effective content strategy. Just paid Filipinos to go just upload his content, re-upload, and it just went fucking everywhere. It doesn't take much money. You could have 10 people doing it and costing you maybe $50 an hour.
Yep.
$50, $60, $70 an hour if you really want to push it. And you just do that for 5 hours a day. Your content will be literally all over the web.
Hard fucking out.
I know how to do it. I just don't like that form of marketing. I think it's dirty. I think it's a bit manipulative.
Especially of yourself. Like, if you want to post memes and good funny shit, that's what I do.
Different.
Like, if you go check my stories, there's maybe...
But imagine making 10 TikTok accounts, just pushing, like, podcast clips of you talking, all the same, but you're just pushing it from different regions around the world.
How cringy.
That's what Tate's done.
Yeah.
Like, that's where all the affiliate marketing comes in.
It's so cringy, right?
But the thing is, that's what made him the most searched man in the world. You can't fault him. You can't. Like, that's...
What about Liver King?
Fuck Liver King.
You see he got outed.
Yeah.
He got outed for steroids.
Yeah.
And he came out.
Yeah.
He's on a fuckload of them.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
anyone who thought
obvious.
he didn't was like...
It wasn't fucking obvious, but and, like...
Did you see... This is the bigger fucking one. Did you see fucking Justin Roiland? The guy who created Rick and Morty?
No.
Man, do you like Rick and Morty?
No.
Nah, you're not into that? Bro, fucking, he's a straight fucking pedo. Like, he has, like, text with underage fans, like, just going, why do you have to be jailbait? Like, can't you turn 18 quicker? Like, I would do dirty shit to you. Like, all sorts of fucked up things.
Fuck?
Like, all of it's just come out.
Kick this cunt off a cliff.
This is what's happening, right?
He's been kicked off a cliff?
He's pretty much being, like, fucking shunned.
Well, if anyone needs a fucking cunt like that, if you've got a cliff...
But, like, the whole thing is,
I've got a foot.
people talk about, like, cancel culture being bad. It's like, well, I don't know. In this example, it's pretty bad. Like...
Yeah, I'm telling you straight. Here's a fact. If I ever get cancelled, that's fine.
You've just done something
No.
fucking heinous, bro.
It's fine. But you just want to pray to God there's not one fucking pedophile online still standing.
That's it.
because I'm going to go after them, and I'm going to because I'm not going to be
There's a cool YouTube channel where there's these dudes who actually trap pedos, and they come up to them and they're like, "Let's talk about this," and then they're like, "If you go, I'm going to call the police."
Yeah, I can't handle them because mate, why are we giving? Like, I literally, no one's going to care if I just walk up and just put one straight in his fucking head. Like, no one's going to care. Put me in jail then, fine, no dramas.
That's it.
Cops won't care. The cops aren't going to fucking beat me up. You know what I mean? They're not going to. They're just going to go, all right, you got to do the fucking crime, you got to do the time.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
Fuck them dogs.
But with that, I guess we've been going for like 2 and a bit hours.
Bro, what a podcast, huh?
It's been a good time. We should definitely do it again.
100%. Well, I've got some big news coming tomorrow.
Big news coming tomorrow.
I have a meeting with. Can I say it? I have a meeting with one of. I have a meeting with my favourite
Medical supplier.
medical supplier.
Yeah. I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
Maybe for me, it's like top 2.
Yeah, in their certain range. In
Yeah.
a certain soil organics.
Yeah.
I've got a meeting with them tomorrow, and we'll be having some big developments. So I want to come back if you're interested in having me, maybe on Wednesday, because tomorrow's the meeting.
Yeah.
And if I can give the news out, I think the world
Might do a
hear
part
this.
2. We can do that.
It's going to be very big.
All right.
Sound
Until
good?
next time, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully we'll have some more podcasts in the next year. We'll probably try and pump a lot more. Seeing as it's only just me now, it's a lot easier to just organise these.
Fuck yeah, they're easy as.
And we'll catch you soon. Cheers.
It's
Anyway?
your boy Irish, aka Medicated TV. I should go out with it, right?
Yeah, why not?
All right. It's your boy Irish, aka Medicated TV, aka waking up the neighbours. Don't give a fuck. Stone to the bone. Medicated and dedicated. Love yous to the moon and back. You'll find me on every platform. Medicated TV at Irish Wick legit. Thank you, friendly Aussie buds. I fucking love you, brother.
You.